Big Bass sent you.
George Floyd. I'm an attorney here in Houston, Texas, an advocate for black men, largely because I am a black man. I'm a black father. I have black sons. Hey, man, I do what I do. A settling trend has emerged. The liberals have lost the presidential race. And rather than examining the shortcomings of Kamala Harris's campaign, of the media is directing blame towards black men. Black men somehow bear responsibility for this outcome, as if our choices at the ballot box were an act of betrayal.
Quit breaking my heart.
Hey, Big Bass.
Ooh, quit breaking my heart. Oh,
you hate black women. You can't say you don't now.
They'll start killing you young one by one by one. They gonna start killing y'all.
When the police got your ass in the mother chokehold,
don't you come calling black women. Don't you come calling us to come march for your ass.
Cause y'all just fucking hate women. That's all it is. Of course they wouldn't go vote for no black lady. When you a black woman surrounded by black men, what? So that's a good candidate for you? Someone who just hates everybody?
Bad guy, blame me, never faded. How you be the most loved and the most hated? Every other race you respect overrated. The greatest of all time first got created. Yeah, bad guy, blame me, never faded. How we be the most loved and the most hated. Every other race you respect overrated. The greatest of all time first got created. Ooh. You can scrub me, or even thug me. Baby, even at my worst, they still love me. How you locked up, she loyal to a known G. To leave your husband, he ain't giving you strong D. Gotta tighten up, put me on your defense. A lot of debauchery popping in the deep end. See, your corners ain't shutting down, hit the bench. A lot of suckers sipping on the Kool-Aid, you a simp. Bring it back home to the streets. Like father, like son, Lil Meech, Big Meech. Like Bronny and his dad, footsteps trying to follow. We ain't gonna let you make a nigga endorsing Kamala. Black men celebrate, pop a few bottles. Middle fingers up, rest in peace, now follow. Most loved, most hated, most hated. We passing out fades, anybody wanna fade it? Be careful what you wish for, all my lovely ladies. Cause every baby terminated, God gon' make you haters. Most loved, most hated, most hated. Passing out fades, anybody wanna fade it? Careful what you wish for, all my lovely ladies. Cause every baby terminated, God gon' make you haters on. That guy, blame me, never faded. How we be the most loved and the most hated? Every other race you respect overrated. Greatest of all, the first got created. Bad guy, blame me, never faded. How you be the most loved and the most hated? Every other race you respect overrated. Greatest of all time first got created. Black man, they told us they ain't even want us. No matter what is going on, put the blame on us. Kevin spoke up, then they put the shame on us.
Brother Sperling met his fiance in my mixed group. That's my wife. I'm gonna put her through law school. She's gonna become an attorney at my practice. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
Blizzard King defended him, they put the flames on him. Election time, white women went Trump crazy. Left you standing there talking about deleting babies.
Black women so goddamn stupid that y'all just allow society to say that she's a black woman.
Not hers, Maria or Jackie Chan. You the only one that went against your man. You the only one that's fighting for every plan. You the only one that left you right where you stand. Power is a mother. Ain't it? Make a woman wanna be a nah, ain't it? That's your uncle, but she used to be your auntie. We don't wanna see you in power, that's how you paint it. Original Big Mama, original Miss Mammy, original Ma Dear.
I'm Donald Trump's new communication director because all the rest of them sorry asses got fired.
Yeah, original Black Granny. What happened to you? You fell for the eye candy. You left your black man, your black family. Took them handouts, them goodies and giveaways. Just look around your hood, see this the price you pay.
In Georgia, it was even worse. One exit poll said that 69% of white women voted for Trump. Even after he took away their reproductive rights and was found liable for sexual assault, the majority of white women voters still chose patriarchy over their own liberation.
That's it.
It's that simple. Bad guy, blame me, never faded. How you be the most loved and the most hated? Every other race you respect overrated. The greatest of all time first got created.
That 69% of white women voted for Trump.
Yeah, bad guy, blame me, never faded. How we be the most loved and the most hated. Every other race you respect overrated. Greatest of all time first got created.
69% of white women voted for Trump.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. Black women, it's time for us to clock out.
It's time for us to clock out. I'm telling you. When all the immigrants,
Few moments
all the Puerto
later.
Ricans start getting deported, we clocked out. We not riding.
Independence Day. On August 15th, 1947, men and women all over India rejoiced in the declaration of the independence of the country of India. Today, on August 15th, 2020, I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent. So I hope you celebrate today, and then tomorrow, I hope you join me in getting to work.
Is this your king? Is this your king?
You will become the 47th President of the United States.
The former president's comeback will be complete with a win in Wisconsin, a state that he narrowly lost 4 years ago. He's now the second president in U.S. history to win non-consecutive terms. The first was
My bad, can you guys hear me? Hit the number one button if you can hear me. My bad, y'all. Like I was saying, while you all couldn't hear me, I got caught up into that video, man. That was pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. Big shout out, real powerful. In fact, shout out to Big Bass Life. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the broadcast. Man, oh man. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. Welcome. I need to change I might need to just change my my page to the bad guy. Say hello to the bad guy, everybody. Welcome to the bad guy. My guys who've been here for a minute, man. You guys know a lot of you new folks think I'm just, happy man and everything. And I am. I'm a very happy man, but I'm known across these YouTube streets for being the bad guy. Some of my feats including getting some of the best trolls on YouTube removed. I've had websites removed. I've had at one point when Mr. Kevin Samuels passed away, I'd only met him twice, but I'm from South Central Los Angeles, man. So, once I ride for you forever, life or death. So, man, I was beating up all the internet. I was beating back CNN, MSNBC, anybody that was reporting on it. I was giving them all the blues, threatening lawsuits, threatening to put people in jail. His family, his mother and his daughter asked me to speak up on his behalf. And I made a lot of enemies, but I embrace it. You know what I mean? Shout out to the West Side, man. I got my West Side hat over here somewhere. But shout out to everybody in South Central Los Angeles. That's where I'm from. I live in Texas now, but my hometown is South Central Los Angeles. And that's what I'm about. I'm about that beef, man. I'm about that. But see, I'm not like most folk. I finish it. You start with me, it's not over until I'm finished. Hell, I got a database on some of your favorite YouTubers right now. And I just keep it under wraps. You know what I'm saying? Just waiting for them to say something disrespectful, and once they say something disrespectful, then all of a sudden they lose their channels, they get terminated, they get demonetized. So, like I said, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy on YouTube. Now, of course, life happens, things happen, I'm a little kinder now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little kinder. Shout out to all my people who've been here for a minute. They know they waiting for me to pop out. You know what I'm saying? Where's my man Kendrick Lamar? Sometimes you got to pop out and show. Yeah, I'm the one that pop out. You know what I mean? I'm the one that pops out. But other than that, man, I truly love you all. I love Black people in general. I had to put myself into a position of an advocate for Black men because excuse me, because we had too many people talking bad about the brothers, but now the brothers have they speak up for themselves now. They're comfortable doing it, so I can just kind of kick back and get back to my black empowerment roots. You know, I was, like I said, coming from South Central Los Angeles, you know, growing up in the 80s and 90s, I had to, you know, you're around things, especially in an environment like that. Shout out to my man TIQS, Unc made them tuck them chains. Yeah, I'll make you tuck your chain. I would. And some of the guys who were here, they like, I can't believe this Uncle D don't even cuss no more. He don't cuss. I just let him fly. And they like, what kind of lawyer is he? They're like, man. And then they see me on the internet on my page. And we're going to get to the broadcast in a minute, man. I just got to, some of these people don't understand who they're really dealing with. And so it's like, oh my God. He said, yeah, I'm not like the rest of these lawyers or professionals. I'm a black man first. And I wasn't always this, you know, smooth, you know what I mean? I wasn't always this, I was a little rough around the edges, you know, still am a little bit. Even my fraternity brothers, when I pledged Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, they was like, you a little rough. I was a little rough, you know what I mean? And so I never stopped being who I am. You see what I mean? That's the other thing. I never stopped being who I am. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still the same. I'm Slim, Uncle Slim's nephew, you know, from 92nd and Dinker, 58th and Kansas, right off of Vermont, and Slauson Boulevard in the heart of South Central LA. I'm still him, you know, riding around that Cutlass, making deliveries for Uncle Slim in the middle of the day. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, that's me. And so I may come off as a little abrasive. I'm not quite that smooth lawyer. Hey, brother, I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? I might tackle you. See, that's the type of person. You might say something crazy. I might tackle you, dude. Pin you down, put you in some sort of chokehold or something like that. You know, I'm pretty active physically, even though I'm 50 years old. You know, I'm 50 years old, but working on my jujitsu. So I stay active like that. I don't mind getting in there. You know, a lot of men, they get to the point where I'm older now. You know, nah, I still like putting the whoop down on people. You know what I mean? Whether we talk about boxing or jujitsu or Kaju Kimbo karate, because, you know, that's just who I am. And I don't mind putting myself on the line either. That's the other thing. A lot of people like to talk, but I'm about that life. You see what I mean? But anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat room, all the beautiful people. What's up? What's happening? Shout out to my man TIQS for being the first one to kick in, man, for the first one to put in on the sack. But where my members at, man? Let's give a shout out to the membership. All right, somebody type membership in the chat room. My man B Tisdale, Mr. 43TX, good looking out, family. Mr. Mark the freelancer, what's up? Who else we got up in here, man? I want to make sure I show love to. I already talked to TIQS. Let me see here. Where the rest of my members at? I need my members to pop out and show me they here. You know what I mean? Where my membership at, man? Where my membership at? Let's get the membership. Blade, Broken Blade, big up to you, brother. Always good to have my fellas who've been in here for a minute. Always good to have y'all up in here, man. Y'all up in here, man. Broken Blade has been with me for a minute. Shalik Williams, welcome. Now, that being the case, you know, look at this.
You have at least, do understand right now, you have at least 4 Supreme Court justices who would love.
Look. That's my frat brother right there. That's my ice cold frat brother right there. Look at him. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about him. I'm not gonna talk bad about him. Well, what? He mad. He real mad. Look at my frat brother right there. My brother, why you? I know you pledged at Texas A&M and everything, but I'm just saying, brother. You know, why you got that sweatsuit on? But I'm just saying, you have to.
To completely get rid of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. And why this is important is because the 1964
Look at he mad too. Look at his little hands moving.
Civil Rights Act is the enforcement mechanism that has led to all of these changes for Black America since that period. So
Buddy
what they understand, if we
at
assault the 1964 Civil Rights Act.
Buddy, he mad as hell, buddy. Buddy had to come say, who in the hell is keeping up all the goddamn noise? That's what I want to know. Buddy wanted to know what the hell is going on. Why he mad? Look how mad he is. But look at my brother's face. Why you let your face be like that? Your face is angry. You're angry. You know, you're going to pop a blood vessel in your head, brother, but keep going.
And get rid of that, and then we completely get rid of the 1965 Voting Rights Act. What we have effectively.
And he got the little sweats with the small bottom. Brother, you too old to be wearing them sweats. Brother, you about 65 years old now, brother. You got the black sweats on with the you know, gotta do better, brother. I mean, you represent the frat, got black and old gold on. I'm just saying. But
done is gutted Black leadership and African Americans from being able to take advantage of what happens in this country. So while a lot of y'all are bullshitting around on
sir, brother, frat, what's up with the profanity like that, brother? I just told you that I cut it out. We too old to be out here cussing like these youngsters, man. You gonna have to watch the language, brother. Frat. No, don't do that. All right, go ahead and continue talking. Go ahead, praise God.
Whether you can be on fucking TikTok.
Sir, hold on a minute. You letting the F-bombs fly. What happened, brother? What's going on? Frat? Come on,
while you're getting caught up in some bullshit house.
Okay, point of order. I'd have to call a meeting, brother. If you out there cussing like that, brother, we don't need that in the minutes. Okay, you out here let loose the profanity. We don't need all that on the internet like that. It's enough. We're a fraternity of peace, sir. Peace. You out here, you let the F-bomb go. You probably gotta cut that out. Gotta cut that ain't cool, frat. Gotta do better. Come on.
Wife. While you're having your fucking MJ
brother
and LeBron debates on who's the GOAT.
We ain't talking about that. Don't nobody talk about that no more, man. What you talking about? You got some old talking points from like 8-9 years ago.
There is literally, as we speak, an entire focus to gut every single civil right and economic.
Somebody typed mad in the chat room. He mad. Brother, you mad. Clearly you mad. I understand you mad. I get that you're angry. Shout out to Tori Jones. But you got to watch the profanity, because if you're doing all that cussing on the internet, then you're going to get my channel demonetized. That's the first thing, because, you know, I don't know what you're doing, okay? But you're going to get the channel demonetized, okay? And you are angry right now, okay? And I'm just saying, you know, we amongst Black men, okay, we have a lot of cardiovascular issues, you know, and I can see that, you know, you hadn't been pushing back from the table too much, okay? And you're a little stout up here, okay? You're a little up in here. You're a little stout, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to run your blood pressure up, because as soon as you get that little bead of sweat, you know, when that little bead of sweat on your head like that, I see it. You got that little bead of sweat. You know, hold on, let me just get a little demonstration. You got that little bead of sweat up there. You're gonna pop a blood vessel. Don't do that to yourself. Okay, I don't want you falling out. Okay, I don't want you out there falling out because you're mad. You got to calm down. Okay, you're gonna have to calm down. You need to. I'm gonna let you finish. Okay, but we're gonna need to watch this line. I need you to tone it down. You look angry in your face right now. Okay, you got to calm down. All right. Let's try to finish.
Gain that we have had since 1964 because they are pissed with those three acts. They're pissed with the Brown versus Board of Education Act. You have voucher bills that are being pushed in Texas and Tennessee and other places to
look like he just so angry. He's so angry, brother. We're gonna pray for you when we finish. But Frat, you gotta do better than that. All this profanity and whatnot.
gut public education.
Who you talking to like that? That's another thing. You know, why you talking to black people like that? I don't ever hear Hispanic leaders, pundits talking to Hispanic people like that. I don't hear Asian people talking to Hispanic. You talking to us like we on the slave plantation. You trying to get us to run free. That's what it sounds like. I'm trying to get you in words. That's what you sound like. It's very disrespectful. Respectfully, I'm just saying we're not we've been doing this a long time, brother. We've been at this a while. We know how this goes. I'm just saying.
What we have to understand is there is a vicious assault to completely defund Black America.
All right, so there's a vicious assault to completely defund Black America. All right, let's table that. We'll go to the next angry.
Discriminately, that this individual sitting down the 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue has given absolute power.
You mean the president of the United States? Is that what you mean, sir? Go ahead.
To one man who brings his son into the Oval Office, whose son says to him, "You're not the president."
That's because the little boy's a billionaire. That's why he say whatever the hell he want to say. He's a billionaire. He's a little billionaire little boy. You talking about Elon Musk? He was right too. You're not the president. He was not. But I'm a billionaire, son. I bet those some interesting conversations. The little boy was right, but go ahead.
So I just like to see somebody wake the hell up and get excited about the fact that
they are angry. They are so angry.
Country is under assault.
What do you want us to do?
They're not at the gate anymore. They're in your bedrooms. They're in your living rooms.
Somebody type Doge. Doge got these folks scared. They scared about their bank accounts.
They're in your businesses. They got your data.
They got your data. They got you. Guess who got you? The government has your social security number. I want y'all to think about that. The government has your social security number. Didn't the government give me my social security number? I'm just saying. The government knows your address. Don't the government send me mail every year for my taxes? I mean, I just want y'all to think about that. They want us to be afraid that the government has our money or has our information or has our personal data. They gave us all that personal data and information. Just think about it. And I mean, just realistically, don't nobody want my grandma's social security check. Just keep it one. You think Elon Musk wants your auntie Mary Lynn's social security number so he can steal a check? That's something that your second cousin like to do, steal the auntie check. I think why y'all trying to get us angry? That's what but
got all your stuff. Elon Musk has his
all your stuff.
Elon Musk. Everything you're doing, not just off of X.
No, Elon Musk knows everything you're doing, sir. Elon Musk knows that some of y'all have been collecting. I've heard the stuff they said, the stuff they're willing to talk about. I'd like to know about the stuff that they like, nah, we don't even want to throw that out there. Yeah, we're going to save that for a better day. I bet they have a lot of information on a lot of people that have been doing a lot that they shouldn't done with the American taxpayers' money. I think that's what's really going on. I think that's why you all have been hooting and hollering and knocking on doors. Yeah, that's what I think. It's just my opinion. I don't know. Okay, I'm not trying to catch a defamation lawsuit, but I think they know about kickbacks. Somebody type kickbacks in the chat room because I refuse to believe that we spent $20 million on sex changes in Honduras or $2 million or whatever. I think 50,000 or 5,000 went there in some kind of way. The rest of the 2 million looped back around and ended up in Washington, D.C. somewhere. Do you know that the Google searches for offshore accounts have tripled in the Washington, D.C. area. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Did you all know that the Google searches for defense attorney are up 3 times higher than they normally are? Somebody type kickbacks in the chat room. Somebody going to jail. That's what the ones that screaming the most. I think they know they're going to jail. That's what I think is happening. They looking at that Fed time and they get nervous. They sweating. Look, let me show you again. They are all of them out there sweating up there like that. We need to do something about it. Y'all need to go take to the street. Y'all need to get out. That's what they're trying to get us to take to the street. But black folk are like, no, what you want me to take to the street for? We not angry at this. We are not angry. I don't know.
But now he's in the Treasury Department. He's in the. You got a little emotion about.
Yeah, he's in your. That's why you emotional. He's in
so
your bank account.
So that's all I want, somebody to show that they care enough to get out there and say something.
They are cussing mad. Look at that. They are so angry right now. This is personal. This is what this is. Let me go and let him ease on down, because I don't want you to have a stroke, sir. But look, listen to this is what the American public really think. I'm talking to all the black. This is what we think.
Y'all talk about taking what to the streets. I hear you Democrat politicians talking about taking something to the street. We got to use violence. Oh yeah, y'all want this smoke? Well, come on out to the street. Because there's a whole bunch of angry taxpayers, baby.
Yes.
And I don't think you got enough bodyguards for us, honey.
Now, see, here's what I want y'all to understand. This is what we need to understand. 92% of black women voted for who? Kamala Harris, right? 92. 79% of black men voted for Kamala Harris. Nevertheless, as we sit back and observe for the past 60 days or it's been 30 days almost. We are not terribly disappointed. Now, of course, me, you know me, I voted for Trump because I was like, get him out of here and get my taxes low. You understand what I'm saying? But the rest of the black people, they are not necessarily having, they're not necessarily upset with the outcome. That doesn't mean that they're mean, angry people, okay? But I can tell you personally, there's a building that I go to, and up until about 28 days ago, there was a lot of Latino women who cleaned the building. Now, all of a sudden, miraculously, since Trump showed up, all the Latino workers have left, and there's 2 little black ladies cleaning this building. This happens to be on a HBCU campus, historically black university campus. So the little Latino ladies, God bless them, have disappeared. All of a sudden, they just disappear. I don't know what happened to them. They just gone, right? And now they have little black ladies cleaning the little building. Interesting. I don't know what do y'all think happened? What do you all think happened to cause for the little Latino people? The little Latino, they disappeared. Black jobs. Somebody type black jobs in the chat room. Look like, to me, these black jobs that they said we didn't want are somehow coming back. I'm just saying. So that being the case, you don't have a lot of black people who are saying they might not say I voted. They might not be too terribly disappointed or angry, cussing mad, right? Mad enough to take to the streets that Trump won. Because some of these things, we're looking at it like, hold on a minute. This actually he's going to audit the IRS. We might get a check back. He might get all that money back and give us a check. That's when people start blinking like that, like, hold on a minute. I'm just saying.
So you watch what you say. And now y'all want to sing civil rights songs? What side are you on? What side are you on? Really?
No, I'm not.
We ain't on your damn side. We on God's side. Because y'all the devil. Y'all the devil. And how dare y'all talk about violence?
Amen. She talking to the Democrats. And a lot of black people do believe they are the devil. They like, y'all, we didn't really we don't really like your policies. We just voted for you because out of knee-jerk reaction. But most black people don't necessarily like the Democratic platform. Okay, we're not really into the LGBT. We definitely don't want to pay more money for immigrants. We definitely want you to close those borders. So, you got to understand something. It's a lot of black people that's low-key trying to sneak on the back of the Trump train. They're not going to say it out loud. But again, I'm the bad guy. I'm going to tell you this quiet part out loud. That's what I do. All right? And let's keep listening to the sister.
Party of love and happiness. Yeah, right.
Full of poop.
Yeah, right. Bring it to the streets. Come on, I dare you. Bring it to the streets. Let's see what happens when you bring it to the streets. Hell out of here. Y'all look like a bunch of damn fools. Shut your ass up. Real.
Ooh, you hear that? Aggressive. Let's get to another
All right,
lady.
y'all. Listen, let me be one of the first black women that was a part of the 92 or the 93% that voted for Kamala to come out and just say it. I regret voting for Kamala. I really do. I regret voting for her. Already into Trump's presidency, not even a full month.
Tell him why.
And this man has already secured borders. He's already signing bills that are taking place that are uplifting this country. Me not doing my history and really, being investigative and seeing all the things that Trump has done. And now having an eye opener and really looking at this man and seeing exactly how this man works has really put something on my heart. And
So you understand what I'm saying? On a vote. Just the black people, all the black people. Everybody else just be quiet. Don't say nothing. It's a black vote. All the black people. If you support Trump auditing all of these institutions like USAID, Department of Education, IRS, if you support that, hit the number 1 button. Just let me know. If you don't support it, hit the number 2 button. Okay? If you support Donald Trump sending American citizens a refund on all the taxes that we have overpaid, hit the number 1 button. If you don't support it, hit the number 2 button. Okay? All right? I see a lot of ones. I see some double ones. If you support Donald Trump rounding up all these illegal immigrants, including the ones, we'll start with the criminal immigrants. If you support him rounding up all these criminal immigrants who showed up at our border over the past 4 years, hit the number 1 button. Okay? All right? All right? If you support him rounding up all these illegal immigrants who are in our country, all of them who showed up and shouldn't be here, hit the number 1 button. I need to know. If you don't like it, hit the number 2 button. I need you to take a vote. All right? So here we go. Here we go. All right? Shout out to Mr. Lane. Shout out to Torian Jones. Shout out to TIQS. So, what else is supposed to be controversial? If you support Donald Trump going after these crooked politicians who may have been getting kickbacks with your money, Democrat or Republican, hit the number 1 button. If you support him going after these politicians and investigating them, if you support that, hit the number 1 button. See, this is what I'm talking about. I see nothing but ones. Now, I know my audience may be a little biased because they seem a little mean. They like me. They're a little mean. That's why they're here. But they're very practical. And this is a very good segment. I have about 20% black women. I have about 80% black men. So this is a very good segment of black folk right here. I know we have some folks from other ethnicities and whatnot, but you see what I'm saying? Now, how many of you all voted for Trump? Right, T. How many of you all voted for Kamala? Right, K. And what you're gonna see is a lot of these folk who voted for Trump or who voted for Kamala, they still support what Trump's doing because it's not really hurting us. You see what I'm saying? That's what y'all need to understand. Now, again, I'm a registered Democrat. I've been a Democrat my whole life. I even voted for Hillary Clinton, and I couldn't stand Hillary Clinton. I voted for her because she was a a Democrat, and that's what I was trained to do. Okay. But after Trump got through, and I'm like, this dude is really not that bad, I ended up voting for Trump. You see, I voted for Trump because it's like, man, the economy was cool. I get this COVID, this beer virus thing happened, but shoot, I don't know. And I voted for him again. I'm a lifelong Democrat. I'm not like one of these conservative fellas on the internet that spew all this, right-wing rhetoric. I'm definitely not like one of these black conservative types. I don't talk that. I talk common sense. And at the end of the day, I want what's best for America because I live in America. You understand? I definitely, if anybody gonna do the pimping, I want us to do the pimping. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. Let us do all the pimping. We're gonna change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. I'm cool with that. Okay, all that. But if you're gonna make my taxes low, you're gonna get us out of these wars, you're gonna fix this budget problem, you're gonna see who's been stealing our money, I'm with you, sir. Okay, and that's what a lot of common sense black folks are saying. Look, at this point, it's going to be nearly impossible. Shout out to everybody who's contributed to the Cash App too. But it's going to be nearly impossible for you to convince me that I don't like the idea of getting a refund on all my money. You understand? Because see, for the past 10, 15 years, I've been hearing we're $38 trillion in debt. We're $100 trillion in debt. We'll never pay it off. Every American's going to have to pay a bill. We got to pay our tax. And now all of a sudden you got some man coming in and say, nah, we're not going to pay our tax. We're going to have an external revenue service. And all of these countries that want to send things and products over here for us to sell, they're going to have to pay taxes. And we're going to cut your taxes and give you a refund. Ooh-wee, hold on a minute. Hold on, shout out to Marriage and Politics. I'm just saying, okay, so it's a lot of black people that voted for Kamala Harris. And after this first 30 days, we like, hold on a minute. This is actually going to be good for us. It's going to be more black jobs out there. You see? More manufacturing. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking about that.
I don't know what I was thinking going in there voting for Kamala in the first place. I'm glad of the results. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that Trump is in there. But me being so lost and participating into the whole Kamala run and now taking a step back looking at how this president here is really running things, and it hasn't even been a whole month. Yeah. Is something that I do think about. So,
I mean, let me be honest with you. I like somebody that's no nonsense to get in there and start kicking butt and getting the job done. I mean, really. Just think about what Trump is doing. Like, you got to respect what the man did. He went in there and he just started kicking butts. He started getting stuff done immediately. We didn't have to wait 100 days. We didn't have to wait a day. Matter of fact, they was rolling. The immigration people were rolling like the same week. I mean, did they sent 11,000 people home in 1 week? Ran up in there, got all those criminals. I'm just saying. I mean, we like results, okay? Just straight up. You know what? They don't like it because he's rough. He's not smooth. I don't give a damn. He's getting the job done. He's cleaning house. This is what cleaning house looking like. It's like when you have somebody come over your house, like let's say you got an older relative to come over your house and they just start throwing all your old stuff out. And next thing you man, oh man, it's dust flying everywhere and old stuff and food cleaning out your refrigerator. And you like, hold on a minute. You like, no, we out of here. You told me to come clean it up. I'm gonna clean up. And they moving you out the way to throw your stuff out. And next thing you like, well, it is getting cleaner, golly. And so I'm all right with that. But let's let the lady finish. Y'all hit the number 1 button if you can hear.
People that are in the Democratic Party, myself, to do your research. Really do your research, okay? Because I can definitely say that as a black woman, a part of the 93%, I made an error. I can admit that. I can take accountability and admit that.
Let's see what else. Hold on.
For the LGBT,
let's do this, bro.
The right fucking thing. I'm hearing right now that the whole world is protesting Donald Trump. For what?
What?
Doing the right fucking thing, making these countries pay what they weigh. They're out there parading for the LGBT.
So what he's saying is making them pay what they weigh. For the most part, like when it comes to like world defense, Europe even, they're like, you guys have us over here and our army is over here defending you all, NATO, and you don't pay anything. We pay for everything. The American taxpayer has to pay for this. You all need to pay your weight. And the thing is, and let me explain this. So after World War II, we wanted Germany to rebuild itself. We wanted Japan to rebuild itself. So we allowed them to collect tariffs, money on the items that we sent to them. Maybe 25%, 35%. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the numbers. But basically, every time one of our companies shipped a car or oil, whatever, to one of their companies, they were able to collect money from us. So the company, okay, the product is normally, let's say $50,000, but we're going to let you tack $20,000 on top of that, and you pay that straight to the government. And so that allowed the government to build wealth. Instead of taxing their people, they were able to tax these companies who were importing goods. That's been going on since World War II. We did that. We allowed them to tax us or tariff our companies so that they can build their countries up. It's 2025. That war is almost 100 years old at this point, and they still have those tariffs in place. And so Trump is like, no, we gonna have, will you tax us? We gonna tax you. If you're gonna put 25% tax on everything our companies import, our government is gonna put 25% tax on everything you send in. And what that's gonna do is it's a strategies like, okay, either you drop your tariffs, okay, or we gonna make it match. And you all need a lot more from us than we need from you. But what that also does is you all as a consumer, me as a consumer, if you got a car, an American car made in America, and you can get it for $15,000, and it's pretty much the same kind of car from Toyota, but they want $45,000 for it, you're gonna be like, man, let's get this $15,000 car. And so what that means is you got more American products being sold to Americans. You got more companies being built employing American citizens. So that's what this gentleman is talking about, making them pay their way. But and now he's about to talk about the alphabet community and how they piggybacked on all our stuff and ripped it off and stole it. Let's listen to the brother.
Abortion worldwide. Yo, these people are sick, man. You understand? And that's why I said 2025, we're going to have to cut the weirdo from around us, bro. We're really going to have to cut the weirdo because...
That's another thing. I want all my black people, and let's have honest conversation. All right? Do you all really support... I know what you're supposed to say in public, right? I know, right? But do you want your sons and daughters to be part of that community? If you do, say yes. If you don't, say no. Okay? I'm just saying. If you are okay, I know we supposed to support it, but if you want your son or daughter to be part of that community, type yes. If not, say no. Okay? And so what that tells me, because I see a whole lot of overwhelming no's, what that tells me is y'all really don't support it. You're just afraid to say in public that you're not with it because you know you could get canceled, you might lose a job, people be calling you homophobic and transphobic and those sort of things. But at the end of the day, now that we see Trump saying, nah, we're not going to let biological men box and wrestle and play basketball and all these other sports against biological women. That's not fair. Shout out to Derek J. We're not going to let that happen anymore. Okay. On top of that, we're not going to let them compete and take first place positions and in track meets and basketball games. And on top of that, Trump has sent an order or request to the NCAA to remove all of the rankings of all the trans, I guess you would call them men, biological men who competed in women's sports. So all of their records are going to go away. Just like that. The NCAA is going to remove all of that. And I know black people well enough to know that we don't necessarily support that for our own families, period. We don't do it. Matter of fact, there's a young lady who had, let me let her speak on it. Hit the number 1 button.
I'm gonna say something. I know it's gonna be mean because it sounded mean in my head when I thought it. It sounded mean now as I'm thinking it, and I promise it's gonna sound mean when I say it. These women, in particular, single black women, raising a feminine ass sons that mannerisms like them, they repeat the fuck out of them. You feel what I'm saying? Period. You feel what I'm saying? And the moment that you say something about the sassiness of their son, eat you up. I wish a bitch would play with my son. I don't give a fuck. And the woof the woo, when he get X, Y, and Z, I wish they would play with the poo. I wish the bitch would play with my son. They all gonna play with your son, baby. He is sassy.
Now, see, you hear what the lady said? She said, "Yeah, your son is a little bit on the fruity side. He's a little spicy." You know what I'm saying? And even though even as black women, you're defending your son because that's your son, that's your blood. Of course, your maternal instincts are gonna kick in. But when you see that same sassiness in another boy or man, you don't like it. So what that truly means is you don't like it in your own son. You definitely don't like it in your own community. You just have to protect your son because that's your child, and that's what moms do. Most parents should do that. You see what I mean? But at the end of the day, we really don't like that. And that's just the thing. That's the quiet part that most folks won't say out loud. Now, me, I'm the bad guy. I'm going to say it out loud. And I'll say it for you. You see, I'll say it for you, and I'll say it in a way that is not transphobic, not homophobic. I'm just telling you what I know you already know because I know black people. Okay? You can't be the most church-going group of people in America and still believe in those things. They just foisted that on you. The Democrats just threw that in there on you. But we'll just let them ride with the black people. We're all marginalized people. What you mean marginalized? Your ancestors owned slaves too. Just because you like diddling don't mean your ancestors didn't own slaves, and it definitely doesn't mean you're not a bigot. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and that's been our main fight. You just a diddling bigot. You know what I'm saying? You a diddler. You see, that's what you are. But let's let the sister finish cooking.
The same way you don't respect sassy men are the same way other women aren't going to respect sassy men. That's not a respectable thing. It doesn't change because it's your son. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody's going to look at Tyler and say, that's Brenda's big man. You feel what I'm saying? No, Tyler's a bitch. The same way you get online and you say,
shout out to Black Sand.
James is a bitch for bringing you sassy energy. Yes, ma'am. Tyler is a bitch too. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
And see, here's the thing. With Trump in office, black folk can kind of say what they wanted to say all along. See, this is the Trump train. You might never vote Republican ever again, but you do appreciate the cover that Donald Trump provides for you to be able to say what you want to say, because you like, well, why can't I say what I want to say? The president is saying what he wants to say. He just signed an executive order saying that we're only going to recognize men and women, biological men. There's only two sexes. So the president said it. That's the law. And you telling me I can't say it? No. So this is really allowing black people to really come out and say what we want to say. Let me tell you something. We going to say it. We're not going to hold it back. And it's about to get a lot worse. You're going to hear black folks saying a whole lot of stuff, and it's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. Okay, because it's a lot of people that have been saying some horrible things about black people. And, we've been holding back. Okay, I'm talking about Latinos. I'm talking about our African brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters going to start really opening up, and you already see it happening. I hate to even play this, but, since we on the subject, this is what, look, you got to understand something. Look. Y'all have been saying some really nasty things about black people. And now that, we're in a situation where folk can speak freely, you see, just like y'all speak freely, Now they saying what they really think.
All of these animals from Africa crawling into my comment section like roaches. You're swarming into my comment section. I don't even know what you're saying. Why are you even here?
I don't know who set this sister off, but she's saying what she's saying.
And why does it make you so angry that I'm telling you that we're not coming to Africa? Do y'all need us that bad? Y'all need what we have that bad that it makes.
Now you got the little African brother at the bottom, right? And you see what he wrote. My sister, as far as I know, you don't have culture that we can steal. See, here's the thing. See that even in this sister being direct, he's still saying you don't have a culture. We do have a culture. It's the culture that has kept us alive for the past 500 years. It's the culture that most Black Africans and Caribbeans try to imitate when they come to the United States. The language, the culture, the moves. You see what I'm saying? So you just need to understand that. I mean, you're supposed to be in the dashiki right now. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. You're supposed to be rolling around with a dashiki and some sandals on. But again, Black folk are saying what they saying.
You angry that I'm telling you that I want you to stay away from us? What is wrong with you people? So, we don't care if you don't come here. We don't need you. Oh, yes, you do need us. And you know why I know you need us? Because you people beg and borrow and bum your way to America just to come here and latch onto us like ticks. You latch onto us and steal our culture, trying to act like us and dress like us and talk like us because you don't.
So again, okay, and I know that was harsh, and I know it's a lot of people that didn't want to hear that, and y'all gonna be talking about unity. I didn't say it, okay? I didn't say it. I'm just telling you what that we're in that season right now. Didn't Cat Williams say we're in the season of truth? You understand? Isn't that where we are? We are in the season of truth. And all you African brothers and sisters understand. For decades, you all have been calling us akatas. You've been calling us slave. What do they call us? Slaves and all these things. And so Black folk in America have been pretty docile and accepting of you. And the same thing has been for the Latinos. Okay. But now they about to start open up on you like a 1988 Cadillac L-Dog, baby, on the highway. On the highway to Vegas, they about to open up them valves. And you are not going to like the smoke that's coming out because we are at the point where Black people are done and they're resting. But the reason they're resting is because they're not trying to hear none of that. They don't want to hear anything. And then when you have somebody like Donald Trump in office, it just makes everybody a lot more truthful. You can call it mean. Shout out to Black Sin. You can call it mean. You can call it whatever you want, but you all have been very cruel to us. I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of Black people. You know, a lot of you all, Africans and Latinos, you all have been very cruel to us. You've excluded us from jobs. You get in positions of hiring and you exclude us. Asians also, you get in positions, we all know, all y'all practice anti-Black racism, especially even our own African brothers practice and sisters practice anti-foundational Black American tribalism and intra-racism. So now, you know, you see what's happening. There's a reason why we're resting. And it's not even necessarily that we're resting. We're going about our business. We still building houses. Okay, we still making plans. We still taking vacations. We still enjoying ourselves. But what we're not doing is we're not coming to your aid. And that our actions speak louder than the words. Okay, that's what you need to understand. Okay, but let's let the sister finish cooking. She cooking with rainbows. Go ahead, baby.
Tired. I'm seeing so many sassy little Black boys. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all act like being a man is something wrong when it comes to Black boys now. You ain't finna tell me all these little white boys that I see out here hunting. I done seen a white boy when we shoot it. Y'all ain't here. I'm just gonna say, I've seen these white boys. I mean, they still around here raising real men. Even the single white women They are trying to raise real men. They dropping their men, they dropping their little boys off of their daddies, the granddaddies, the great granddaddies, bitch. Hey.
She sounds like a Republican. And more likely than not, she is a Democrat. More likely than not, she voted for Kamala Harris. That's what I need y'all to understand. When I say Trump train, it's not necessarily that you voting Republican or anything like that. Shout out to John Patton. It's just that, you know, we letting you know where we coming from, for real, for real.
My baby daddy ain't around. I ain't got nobody but my brother. They dropping them off to Billy Bob. And you feel what I'm saying? Y'all, I feel like y'all are purposely trying to raise a level of sassy ass black men and want us to turn around and respect it. No, ma'am. The same way you get up online talking shit about James and his sassy ass, the same way when Tyler get his big ass up on TikTok, don't nobody want to hear that sassy ass shit neither. Period. I'm a
Sorry about this. She just went off, man. Shout out to John Patton, man. You are. I didn't say none of this. Okay? I didn't say none of this. I'm just telling you, I'm just showing you all where black people are right now. That's all I'm showing you. Let's finish with this.
You got countries mad because of the tariffs, and they're getting back their unwanted citizens that they don't want. Yeah. And besides Mexico that I reported earlier, it's like 5 other countries I done heard that's denying entry of those undesirables, man. So this is.
Shout out to my man Eric Brodus. Now think about that. Think about these countries. We trying to send them their people back. Here's your people. We sending them on the plane. No, don't send them back. Well, what you think we want them for? They over here causing, raising hell and mayhem, and you don't want your own people back. What does that tell you? That tells you that Trump was probably right. They wasn't sending us their best people. They were sending us the people that they let out the insane asylums and the penitentiaries to come up here and raise hell. That's what they did. Okay? And whether you like the way Trump is or not, he's very crass. I need you to understand. I deliver messages to people every night. And the average American reads on a 6th grade level. Okay? That is middle school. Okay? And so Trump communicates in a way that the average American can understand. Somebody type bigly in the chat room. Bigly. We average Americans know what bigly means. That means it's pretty great. Bigly. Oh, okay. They understand that. Now you might not be able to find the word bigly in an encyclopedia or a dictionary, but the average American understands what he's saying. And so even though these elites on the East Coast and West Coast, they might have a problem with Trump, we know what the hell he's doing. His actions speak for him. Okay? He's getting rid of the rainbow riders. He's making sure boys are not able to participate in sports with girls. He's sending all these immigrants home. He's auditing the IRS. He's trying to figure out where our money went. Who's mad at that? I don't think we're mad at that. I think we are okay with that. Okay? I mean, it is not like we have to wait for it. He is finding a way to get it done. And yeah, it's a constitutional dilemma. We're like, what? Are you kidding me? Surely there's a way to get it done without us having to wait 4 years and form a committee. He did not form one committee. Normally they form a committee. Look, black folks have been waiting for this reparations committee. We done went through 3 different congressmen. John, whatever his name was, the lady that just died, and now we got a new young congresswoman who, this is the 3rd congressperson that's supposed to bring this bill to order. We got to form a committee, and that's what it is. It's not even to give reparations. It's a bill to form a committee to investigate reparations. You understand what I'm saying? But this man come in, he just starts signing documents. Here you go, bam. There you go. I mean, I just want you to think about this. They lost $2.7 trillion. They lost $2.7 trillion with a T. $2.7 trillion with a T. We are $38 trillion in debt, and come to find out, the money has been sent. They got people who are over 100 years old getting Social Security checks overseas who aren't supposed to have it. You understand what I'm saying? And you want us to be mad at the man who's trying to figure out where our money went? Next time you look at your check, Friday's coming up, right? I want you to look at your check, and I want you to see how much they took out for your check, and be like, that's what my tax money is going to make sure that men in Honduras can have a sex change. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about the fact that that money that they took out of your taxes is going to inject dogs with cocaine. Your money from your tax returns is going for some kid to use a leaf blower to blow $2 million to blow lizards off the side of trees. That's what I want. That's where your money. So you worked all week, $10 an hour, $15 an hour, $20 an hour, whatever you get, and 1/3 of your money is automatically deducted, so that we can get this foolish. So they can monitor sexual behavior of men who have sex with men in South Africa. That's where your money went. And you think the American public is mad at Elon Musk or whoever is up in there trying to figure out where the money went? Probably not.
I don't know what's the end game of this shit right here, but it's not going to be well. And I stand 100% with the Trump administration on his decision to go in them motherfuckers and sit them back.
And that's the sentiment of most Black people. You understand what I'm saying? That is the sentiment of most Black people.
Because right now, as a Black man, I can go piss next to a white man.
Look at my man.
I had a motherfucker ask me, how could I support somebody and vote for somebody that's taking away Black rights?
Now, this brother voted for Trump, okay? But listen to the brother. And see, here's why we so cussing mad about this. Because when you say, hey, I voted for Trump, now you automatically you're a nocturnal animal that forages for food at night in trash cans, omnivores, okay, with little black patches on your eyes, right? You automatically that. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. And a lot of Black people say that because that's their way of shaming you back into conformity. If you don't vote for the white man that wrote the 1994 crime bill, well, you ain't Black. You a nocturnal animal. And if you don't vote for his vice president, who made it her business to lock Black women and Black men up for kids being truancy, you're a nocturnal animal that forages for food at night. In other words, you're the bad guy. But that is so hollow. Because for the most part, they wasn't 6 one way, half a dozen the other. But here, Trump is literally doing something that we all wanted it to see happen. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but let's listen to the brother. But that's why they're cussing and mad. So I kind of understand.
I just got a couple questions. First of all, what the fuck rights have been taken away in the year 2025? Because right now, as a Black man, I can go piss next to a white man. Back in the day, you couldn't. That's what you call having your rights taken away. Yeah. Right now, today, I can go eat in the same restaurant as a white man. Back in the day, you couldn't. That's what you call having your rights taken away. Mm-hmm. I can walk in the bank and get a mortgage loan. Back in the day, you couldn't. That's what you call having your rights taken away. I can walk in the bank and get a business loan. Back in the day, I couldn't. That's what you call having your rights taken away. But I can do all of these things.
So he's talking fair access to facilities, eliminating redlining. So he's talking Voting Right Acts. He's saying, what rights have they taken? What rights? These Democrats will have you believe that our rights are being stripped away from us right before our eyes. It's like, not really. Okay. Shout out to TIQS. Keep listening, you guys. We're not seeing that.
I can do these things today. Right now, my Black children can go to school with white children.
Integration.
Back in the day, they couldn't do that. That's what you call having your rights taken away. If I'm not mistaken, didn't we just have a Black president?
It's a good point.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't we just have a female Black vice president? Was she considered herself Black? Didn't we just have that?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to understand what rights have been taken away. What y'all don't understand is they want to keep this narrative of oppression drilled into y'all head so that y'all only focus on oppression and not progression. Stop focusing.
They want us to focus on oppression as opposed to where our money is being siphoned off to, instead of focusing on these kickbacks. That's what they want us to focus on. They're like, oh, hell, this is their worst dream. Can you imagine you've been stealing money for 20 years? You've been stealing money for your job pays you $150,000. And some kind of way, miraculously, you have accumulated $250 million. You worth $250 million. Where'd you get that money from? And then come to find out, now you got this dude, and they know the capabilities they have. They already explained that they're using AI. The IRS has access to all of our bank accounts. So all also means these politicians and pundits and all these folks who've been receiving these kickbacks. That's what that means. So that means Nancy Pelosi, who else? Name the names. All Jasmine, what's that girl? Jasmine Crockett. Who else? Name all the congressmen. That means all of them. Okay, all of them. We got access to all of, or Elon Musk is going to have access to all of these people's accounts. You see what I mean? And it's just at the stroke of a button. And the main one crying about it is Maxine Waters. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. Elizabeth Warren. All of these folks are hooting and hollering, and I understand why. Okay, because they probably had something to hide.
Focusing on oppression and start focusing on progression. Let's progress. We don't need to worry about oppression no more. Let that shit go. Goddamn, they ain't took no motherfucking right. This the best time to be motherfucking alive, bitch.
Excuse the language, you guys, but this is what black
the U.S. is not paying their way anymore.
They're used.
They have to fight their own battles. The thing about the Democratic Party is that they enjoy being needed.
You see what he's saying? The U.S. is not fighting. We're not fighting anybody else's battles. We're chilling. Okay, it's not on us. Right? We're relaxing. Right?
Even when they offer nothing to the American people. When you think about Maxine Waters, she's been a career politician since 1991. Jasmine Crockett, every time she opens her mouth, nothing makes sense. And then you have Ayanna Pressley, who is asking for...
And she's talking about black people, black women, politicians. And it's like, you got black, normally we used to be on code. Hey, you a black politician, we got your back. This is the 1980s, 90s. But now it's like, nah, if you stealing my money, if you taking my money, I don't care who you are, because you taking money out of my family, all right? Look, before we go any further, look, I need 1,000 people to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. I shouldn't have to beg you to do that. And also hit the like button. I don't know where we are with likes. Last time I checked, it was 300 likes. So hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate you all doing that. And as I always say, we'll talk. If you learn something, I should earn something, but only if you learn. Okay, I'm here to teach. I'm here to enjoy. Right now, we're just doing this reaction stuff so I can lay the foundation. And so back to the sister here. But y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button and subscribe. Please do that now. And my membership, I need like 12 more members, and I'll have 200 members. That would be awesome. But let's get back to this. This sister right here is basically excoriating these black politicians. Listen,
you think about Maxine Waters. She's been a career politician since 1991. Jasmine Crockett. Every time she opens her mouth, nothing makes sense. And then you have Ayanna Pressley.
Ayanna Pressley, I think, is that the bald-headed lady? I think that's the bald-headed lady, right? Let's go ahead.
Who is asking for censorship of the American people while
they want you to be quiet. They don't want you to say anything.
Also breathing and requesting reparations through HR Bill 40.
Again, HR Bill 40 does not give reparations. It sets up a committee to investigate reparations. I want you to think about that. Keep going.
They will not give this administration any credit. President Trump wasn't even in office yet, and he asked for release of hostages.
Right.
President Trump was not even in office yet, and he started to discuss trade negotiations and put other countries on notice.
And made them conform. Made Mexico fall in line. Made Canada get on that border. Made Mexico get on that border to stop the fentanyl from coming in our country, which is killing 100,000 Americans a year, which is not good, right? So what are we angry with Donald Trump for?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but the men, the adults running the United States, specifically the men, they don't sit with their legs crossed.
I ain't mad at you, baby. You speaking
themselves for them to benefit, and when they get it, they don't know you.
Another thing, why do you want
everybody benefit?
Why do you want black folks to run out here to do what? For who? Okay, to do what and for who? What do we get out of it? We've been down there
off our fight. We got to stop being the spokesperson, the spoke group of people who we sacrifice ourselves for them to benefit, and when they get it, they don't know you. And for the love of God, can y'all stop saying that Donald Trump is dividing people of colors? That is bullshit.
That's not true.
We've been divided before Donald Trump even ran for office. Stop using that as a scapegoat.
Yeah, they're trying to say that Donald Trump came into office and now he's got blacks and Latinos and Asians that are no, they've been anti-black for a long time. We just hadn't said anything about it. Okay. And it's almost, and I find this interesting. And yesterday I did a broadcast about the gender war. And it's almost like black folks, instead of redirecting our energy towards each other, we have on a dime redirected our energy out at everybody else. Y'all notice that? I just shout out to all the brothers and sisters. It's just like we stopped on a dime. And that's why I've been telling y'all, this gender war is dead. We got too many people. We are living in a target-rich environment at this point. All these people coming at us, take that energy and redirect it to all these folk who are trying to get black folk to come out here and support their movement, their little flag burning movement. Redirect that energy to the rainbow people who talking about I should be able to compete with girls in a boxing match, even though I was born with a man's sickle. You see what I'm saying? Take that energy and put it to good use. The next time they say, black, well, you know, you owe us something because we were there for you when we voted for, when we marched for George Floyd. No, take that. Go on. Look, y'all tell them where they can shove that. You understand me? So, but that's what's going on now. All right.
As an excuse. We've been divided. And the mere fact that you're saying that we're divided, you knew that we were divided before then, but you're just now saying something now because it affects you. And miss me with the comments, you next. No, we first.
Tell them we first. Somebody thought we were first.
You scared?
Yeah.
We first.
Yep. And
that's all I had to say, y'all. Black people, we got.
And we've been through this before. This ain't nothing new to us. That's why we have our own institutions, our churches, our neighborhoods. We're not running up in white people barbershops. We definitely not going to country music festivals trying to hang out with them. We have our own award shows and these sort of things. And so, it's like we're going to be fine. We are as insulated as any other group of people can be, because typically black folks don't run up behind white folks like all these other ethnicities do. We're not trying to be them. And then, we have white friends. We got white comrades. Some of y'all have white people you work with, and some of y'all might even be married to white folk. But for the most part, as a culture, we do our own thing, own music. And now that we kind of are turning, now you're gonna see us start cleaning up our own culture. Watch the music change. I'm telling y'all, watch the acting change. Watch the stuff that we digest from the culture change. You just watch. You'll see. Because see, now that we got to come back together a little bit, like, all right, it's a racially charged environment. Let's kind of do our own thing over here. Now we have time to focus on our own stuff. Okay? But let's continue listening to the system.
Stop doing that. We got to stop sacrificing ourselves for everybody else to have the benefit of it. Because they do not reciprocate that energy for us.
Yeah, I mean, she's not wrong. She is not wrong. Let's listen to this brother.
I'm so proud of the black community.
Tell us why.
We have been sticking together 10 toes down. Now, we can keep this going and improve while we keep going. Lately, it's just been fun. No arguments. No, oh, why does black people do da-da-da-da? No. I mean, we have a lot of people coming at us right now, but we literally have been ignoring them. We have not been entertaining them. They've been calling us out of our name. We haven't been stitching their videos, nothing.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Say what you want. We're still not helping.
Shout out to Gemini Rising. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm going to read all of my super chats when I finish, but let's keep listening.
Now, I do feel like there's going to be a time where they force us into this whole, propaganda they have going on.
So what they're going to do, let me tell you what's going to, I want you to hear it first. Listen to me. Listen to me. What they're going to do is they're going to wait till a black man gets shot, a black man dies, and then they're going to, or a black woman dies at the hands of police. Okay. And they're going to use that to try to enrage black people and say, see, this is Donald Trump's fault. That's what they're going to try to do. It's because of Donald Trump that this person's got fault. Y'all should be mad at, you all should be mad at him for not doing police reform, as if Joe Biden did anything, or Barack Obama did anything, or Bill Clinton did anything. Obviously, they're not doing anything about it. But here's the other thing you have to understand. I want y'all. This is how they're gonna get you. I want y'all to listen to me. This is how they're gonna try to bait you in and get you angry and make you want to hit the streets when a black man gets shot. In fact, you're going to have Latinos and Asians teasing y'all. See, we not coming out there to help y'all because y'all didn't help us when they were evicting our people back in January and February of 2025. It's going to happen, okay? They're going to pick one, and they're going to say, hey, let's inflame the black community and see if we can get them to resort to civil unrest. Let me explain something to you about where we are. I want all y'all to listen to me. Let me just run this back by you real quick. Let me roll this up and give it to you. At this particular juncture in the lineage of black Americans, especially foundational black Americans, we are not feeling the Pookies and we are not feeling the Sharkeishas at this point. Okay, let me try to explain what I'm saying. We are not feeling the Pookies who are robbing and stealing and cutting up and acting a fool and just tearing up the community. We're not really feeling them like that. And as far as the Sharkeishas, the loud, ignorant, belligerent female counterpart of Pookie, we're not feeling them. And so the reason George Floyd got such an outrage is because we watched the brother die and literally get the blood circulation choked from the back of his head for 9 minutes. That's why we were angry. And then we didn't like the fact that the man wasn't prosecuted off rip like he should have been. Okay. And so that's why we were outraged at that particular incident. Clearly, the man is telling you, I can't breathe 50 some times and you still got your neck, your foot on his neck. That's the problem that we had with that. Nevertheless, because of the time in which it happened, the rallies and all that other stuff was so large because people had been locked up in their houses and they had a lot of pent up energy that they wanted to get out. So let's just call it what it is. It wasn't necessarily all about George Floyd. They knew George Floyd's name, but they couldn't even tell you why they were out there. That's why you had all these crazy people focused Seattle, like, we're going to form our own city. Anybody who had some outlandish thing they wanted to do or whatever, they just came out the box and said, this is our time to just be anarchists and raise hell. But at the end of the day, black people right now, we are not really supporting the degenerate aspect of our community. The ghetto stuff was kind of, we're not running out there trying to save somebody who done robbed the bank, got shot by the police. Okay, we're not out there trying to. You got tattoos all upside the side of your head, and you out there selling drugs and raising. We're not running out there behind them. I'm just saying. So there, even when a black man got shot, yeah, but he had a record a mile long, and he was out there kicking old ladies down the stairs. I'm just telling you. This is where black people are. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that a lot of black people have money now. I'm not saying that we're the richest group, but we do have 1.7 million millionaires. We got multiple billionaires. Black men, by the time they reach middle age, the majority, 60%, by the time they reach middle age, are in the upper middle class are rich. Black women have a high level of entrepreneurship. They're educated. I'm just saying, it's just like a rapper who's from the streets. When he started riding around in those Bentleys and BMWs and it's like, nah, I ain't really trying to fight nobody in the club. I'm gonna chill at my house. I'm gonna be in my jacuzzi. I'll see you in my, ladies, I'm going to get a pedicure. And I'm not one of them little cheap Chinese pedicures. I'm gonna be in the all day pedicure. You see me, I get there too. I'll be out by 7:30. You see, that's what I'm talking about. That's where they put the little seaweed on your eyeballs and stuff like that. So we kind of good. So it's going to be really difficult to get us enraged. Like, it was a lot easier to get us excited and be angry at the system, because in the 1960s, when all the protests popped up, black folks were fresh off the plantation. 60%, it was inverted. 60% of us were what? In poverty. Below the poverty line. You had black folks coming from the South, moving to places like Detroit, Oakland, Chicago. They had pre-established black communities there, okay, who had their own money, were sophisticated, and they wasn't rioting and whatnot. They weren't raising hell. Matter of fact, they thought the folk who were doing all that were troublemakers. I just need y'all to understand that. You see what I mean? And so now we're in a situation where we're kind of getting back to where we were before the first migration and second migration from the South happened in the 1910s and 1920s and such. So that's where we are. It's just gonna be hard to get us off our get us off our tuffet because some Pookie or some Sharkeisha got shot. I'm just telling you, if this is some legitimate stuff where, it is what it is. Y'all don't have to like it, but I'm just telling you what's on folk mind.
They're gonna be like, okay, well, we're gonna have to force the black community into protesting, and then that's when.
And that's what they're gonna try to do. They're gonna try to get you enraged because a black person gets killed. That's what they're gonna try to do.
We're gonna have to really lock in together.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to lock in because, like, we all know they're waiting on us, and as soon as black people get to protesting, that's it. That's it. They're gonna kick in martial law and everything is going to jump. Don't react.
Keep listening. Don't react.
Have you heard? Doge is going after CPS and the United States foster care system next. Yep.
Yeah. Not really.
If you're making money on these kids illegally, if you're using and abusing and frauding, he's coming for you. He's fixing to find out the truth, the real truth, about what is happening to these children. This just keeps getting better and better. Everything.
So who's mad at that? Okay. Are black people angry that Donald Trump is trying to figure out where these children are going? Are black people angry with that? Absolutely not. What
doesn't even need to be drained. It's draining itself. Some statistics coming out of Washington, D.C. First one, over 3 times more people in D.C. are Googling criminal defense lawyer than anywhere else in the United States. Wonder why. Second one, Washington, D.C. searches for Swiss bank, offshore bank, wire money, and IBAN, international banking account number, are soaring in the D.C. area. I'm curious if they're also searching for countries that don't have an extradition treaty with the U.S.
Hello.
And here's our last one. If you just go to Zillow.
Look at this, man. I want y'all to see this. These are all the people selling houses in the D.C. area. That's going to cause the housing market in DC to crash. All these people are trying to get out of there. Look at that. Look at what's going on in DC. It's right there in front of your face.
Look at the maps of the area. So many people are now selling their houses in Washington, D.C. Rats jumping ship. The garbage taking itself out. And in the infinite intellectual capacity of these bureaucrats, they're genius enough to straight up Google search, hire money, and sell their houses.
Mr. Trump is stripping the security clearances for Joe Biden, for his former Secretary of State.
I want you to hear this. Who was here when I did that broadcast about 3 years ago? And I told you to Fonnie Willis. I was the first one to point out the fact that all of the prosecutors going after Donald Trump were black. Who was here when I said that? If you were here when I did that first broadcast 3 years ago, I said it is mighty suspicious. Okay, somebody type suspicious in the chat room. To me, if these cases were such slam dunk cases, why don't we have white people who are out there being lead attorneys? Why is it Alvin Bragg? Why is it Fonnie Willis? Why is it Letitia James? Who was here when I said that? Who was here? Who saw that broadcast when I said the Democrats are using these black lawyers as black attack dogs, and they're gonna sacrifice. Lando Carl Arisian was here. Who else was here? Y'all remember? So I'm telling you, I saw it happening. I mean, I told you, I saw the games afoot a long time ago. If these cases were so slam dunk, why y'all letting black people sit up there and get all the glory? Huh? Why are you letting the black people get all the glory? I knew then it was a problem. Each and every Joe Biden has used black people from the time he got in office from the beginning to right now. Okay? Shout out to Elevated Engineer. So let's listen to what now I want you to keep listening. This is why these Democrats are scared. Listen to this.
Anthony Blinken. But what interests me particularly, he's stripping them here in New York for Letitia James and Alvin Bragg. That means they can't enter their federal clearance is stopped. Now, that's pretty tough stuff. What do you make of it?
It is. And look.
So Donald Trump has banned Letitia James and Alvin Bragg from going in the federal courthouse. So they can't even talk to the federal prosecutor. You understand? And he stripped them of their clearance. Okay? He stripped them of their clearance, their secret, like, the stuff that the government knows about, all their secret, what's going on. You got people over here trying to do bad stuff to America. So they don't even know it. They're the top agents in law enforcement in New York and New York State. And he said, nah, you're not even allowed to look at it. And guess what happens if somebody who has clearance lets them look at it? That's a federal crime. So they might end up going to jail. You see what I'm saying? Their top secret clearance. So just think about that.
In a way, it's a symbolic slap in the face to the two of them, and I think possibly a prelude of things to come, because I
want you to listen very carefully to what this white woman says about Donald Trump. I want you somebody type revenge in the chat room. Revenge. Somebody listen. I want you to listen. She knows what's happening to these black prosecutors. You want to know why these Democrats are afraid? Listen.
Did to Donald Trump. Their lawfare that they engineered against him during the campaign was so politicized and so dishonest and corrupt that you can't just let it go. It's not a matter of vengeance. It's a matter of a reckoning. And
it was so bad, you can't just let it go. It's not about revenge. It's about a day of reckoning. So what that tells me is there is absolutely no chance, okay? I could have the Sorcerer Supreme sitting right here, like Endgame, right? And he would say there is absolutely zero chance that Donald Trump will not go after those black prosecutors, those Democrats. That's what you hear. Somebody, shout out to Mentia, he said, Unc, you called this back in September 2022. I called it 3 years ago. There's no chance that these people are not going to feel the full weight of Donald Trump's Department of Justice and any other thing he can do. They're not even going to see it coming. They don't even have top secret clearance to even look at. They don't have nothing. That's what do you understand why these Democrats are afraid right now? This is what you get for being a damn fall guy. All you black folk out there who are always willing to jump in front. White folk, yeah, come on, Tyrone, let's go. We'll take you and Keisha and we'll, yeah, all of y'all out there trying to make friends. Well, anyway, let's listen.
So I think this is just a signal to them that, hey, you know, there's more to come down.
Two can play at this game. Two can play at this game.
Exactly.
He's absolutely right. I mean, weaponization is out of favor right now. They can't go into federal courthouses, okay? Nope. Let them just,
How you gonna be a lawyer? You the highest ranking lawyer in New York City and the highest ranking lawyer in New York City. You can't go to the federal courthouse. How can you? Are you kidding me? Look at this. Shout out to Passport King. You understand what I'm saying?
Put that in their pipe and smoke it.
Yeah. And they laughing about it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Because the reality is that these are state actors who campaigned on prosecuting an individual that is a former president that is now the current president. So to your point, you reap what you sow.
Oh, look how they talking. They just went Old Testament. Somebody type Old Testament. You reapeth what you soweth. Oh, do you see that? You understand now why these Democrats are cussing mad? Let me show you something. Let me tell you. This is why they mad. Let me show you. Let me show you.
You have at least, do understand right now, you have at least 4 Supreme Court justices who would love to completely get rid of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. And why this is important is because the 1964 Civil Rights Act is the enforcement mechanism that has led to all of these changes for Black America since that period. So what they understand, if we assault the 1964 Civil Rights Act and get rid of that, and then we completely get rid of the 1965 Voting Rights Act, what we have effectively done is gutted Black leadership and African Americans from being able to take advantage of what happens in this country.
I'm so mad.
So while a lot of y'all are bullshitting around on whether you can be on fucking TikTok,
we party hard, we celebrate.
While you're getting caught up in some bullshit housewife, while you're having your fucking MJ and LeBron debate on who's the GOAT, there is literally, as we speak, an entire focus to.
Frat is mad. He is so mad.
Gut.
Man, his little belly jiggling and everything. But why are you so mad?
Every single civil right and economic gain.
You ain't got enough hair on the top of your head to be mad like that. Your head is sweating and mad. Don't be.
That we have had since 1964 because they are pissed with those three acts.
Cussing mad, brother. Frat. That's not us. Leave that to the Qs and the Sigmas. We don't do all that profanity, brother. Come on. Man.
They're pissed with the Brown vs. Board of Education Act. You have voucher bills.
This ain't us, brother.
Texas and Tennessee and other places to gut public education. What we have to understand is there is a vicious assault to completely defund Black America.
Now, it took me at least, he mad. He is mad.
Now, what's up?
Look how mad he is. I just want y'all to see. I'm not messy, okay? But I needed to get up close. And I wanted to see him up close. So I had to recut it so that I could look.
Do understand right now, you have at least 4 Supreme Court justices who would love to completely get rid of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. And why this is important is because the 1964 Civil Rights Act is the enforcement mechanism.
Just leave him there for a minute. He's just mad. Look at him so angry. Frat, you first of all, brother, let me look. Let me not. To my Cold brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, this is not what we do. Okay, we dignify with the example, but nevertheless, would like to talk about this. I think it's important. Now, I don't disrespect anybody or anybody's views, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, you know, you got a lot of these folk that won't leave black people alone, okay? A lot of these people in leadership, shout out to Jamal Smith, they will not leave black people alone, okay? And the thing is, family, for decades, the Democratic Party and its media pundits and puppets and black elite class, they run the same playbook, okay? Blame black people, guilt trip black voters, and then protect the establishment at all costs. And now we understand why. And we got to name the names. My ice cold brother Roland Martin right there, Joy Reid, Al Sharpton, Don Lemon, Angela Rye, who else? Crying Man Van Jones, you got MSNBC, CNN, you got the NAACP, you got the Congressional Black Caucus, BET, the New York Times, the Washington Post. We've seen it, right? And they all parrot the same misstatements, okay? They always try to make us feel like black people are our own worst enemy, that we never unite, and that we sabotage each other, and that every other racial group is doing better because they support each other. That is obviously not true. Look at what's going on in the Latino community right now. Have you seen some of the discussions that they have? Come to find out that the Afro-Latinos, and they all look light-skinned to me. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm a certified light-skinned black man. I can speak on behalf of all the light-skinned people of the world of African descent, and all of them look light-skinned to me. You see what I'm saying? But apparently, amongst the black, the Latino community, you got the mestizos, and then you got the Afro-Latinos, and you know, I'm still befuddled that these folk are trying to pretend like they are white, okay, and they are not. But the whole point being, you know, they always say we are divided, but black folk voted for Kamala Harris to the tune of 86%. You understand what I'm saying? Black folks voted for Kamala Harris to the tune of 8. You really can't get too much more unity than that. We even voted for Kamala Harris. We voted closer in line politically for this candidate more so than any other group. And so what does that tell me? That tells me we are very much unified. Very, very, very much unified. But on the flip side, this is what they were doing over there. Right? Now they mad.
Did you know that FAFO is the same as when you let kids touch the stove? Because you can only tell them so many times, don't do it, it's hot, don't touch it, it's hot, don't touch it.
And now their own people are clowning each other. Shout out to Damian Cross.
Being racist to other Latinos, indigenous, and black folks will not bring you any closer to the whiteness that you crave so much.
They are clowning each other. You hear them clowning?
And if this message bothers you, then it was probably meant for you.
You see what I'm saying? We might have had a gender war, but they are having an everybody on everybody over there. Okay, we good over here. Shout out to Damian Cross. So what I'm trying to say is this. They always tell us we are not unified, but clearly we are, okay? And so now they're doing this gaslighting on a historical scale. And it's because the truth is the exact opposite. Black folk, number one, we've always fought, right? And the other thing is we've always been betrayed. We built the country. We built our own. They burned it down, all right? We fought to abolish slavery and gain freedom, only get hit with Jim Crow. We built Wall Street, Black Wall Street. Then white mobs came to burn it to the ground. We've established all these HBCUs and the state governments have tried like heck to defund it, and we still been keeping it together, all right? All these years, over 100 HBCUs. We launched the civil rights movement. Guess what happened? The FBI came and infiltrated it and destroyed them. Unalived all our leaders. We pushed for economic empowerment, and suddenly illegal aliens or immigrants come out of nowhere and flood our communities and undercut our wages, saying, oh, well, we're minorities too. Y'all got a whole country you can go back to. But you want to come up to our country and take what little we fought for. Y'all sat back on the sideline, pretend like you was white, fought to be white, litigated cases to be white for 100 years. The minute black folk get some civil rights, oh, all of a sudden, oh, we brown now. Let's be down with brown. Let's do the black to brown union. And before that, y'all didn't want to have anything to do with us. Okay, and then to make worse, right? My throat was a little dry. Anyway, to make things worse, we get the Civil Rights Act meant to protect Black Americans, and somehow, amazingly, white women, Latinos, Asians came along, okay? Africans from the continent and Caribbeans came along, and they took our Black spot. The white women took more, and then as of the last 20 years, the LGBT community and all these other folk, they came in and jumped in and expanded it to civil rights. Also means that people who are descended from the doggone slave catchers and the people who had us captured, they can also benefit if they just say, oh, I'm really a girl on the inside. Think about that. You got people with whole other countries that they can go back to, and they are reaping the benefits from our civil rights. All right? And then again, affirmative action was meant for who? Black folks, right? It was meant for Black folks. But 70% of the affirmative action jobs go to white women. And then the other thing, you got this DEI. It was a program, it was a policy that was supposed to open doors up for Black Americans, but corporate America used it to hire white women. So what I see a pattern here. You see what I'm saying? White women, LGBT, and Black folks get pushed out. Now the DEI is being dismantled. They want us to fight. Fight for what? So y'all can get y'all DEI back? That's what you want? See, these folk love to push the false narrative that Black Americans are our own worst enemy. But the truth is, they're our worst enemy. Shout out to Julian Harvey. See, look, man. Black Americans have always we collaborated with everybody. You know what I mean? Look, man. Anybody, we'll roll with you. You understand? We will. But every time, shout out to Quantum Solace, but every time we build something, outside forces, internal agents, they're placed in the sabotage. We get that now. Okay? We get that. All right? And now you got media types, these Black pundits, Roland Martin, Joy Reid, all of the ones, Al Sharpton, they refuse to report the real reasons why we as Black people have been stifled. They don't want to talk about that. Number one, we're not a monolith. Okay? We never have been. We're not a monolith. This whole voting for the Democrats just out of knee-jerk reaction, you see that's kind of coming to an end. We see that happening. All right. And now we realize affirmative action was hijacked by white women. DEI is a scam that helped everyone except Black people. The civil rights that was supposed to be uplifting us, right? Every other so-called marginalized group except us get it, right? And it's the same story over and over again. Black people fight battles, other people swoop in and reap the benefits. Shout out to Lance Jackson. And now you got people on here crying about how they need Black support. But you got in worst, you got other folk, our own so-called representatives, complaining and cussing us out, right? Having panic attacks, sounding the alarm, right? Desperately trying to stir us up and get us outraged, an outrage that no longer exists. They want us to be angry. They want us to march. They want Black people to do what Black people are supposed to do, protest, okay? But at this point, we are unmoved, okay? They need us to get activated, because without this energy, without our voice, without our blind loyalty, the whole thing just falls down. But see, here's the thing. This time, we're not playing these games with these people. And I told y'all earlier, what they really are mad about, what they're really stressing about, right, is Doge. That's what they're stressing about. They're stressing about the fact that Donald Trump is not playing these games, these normal political games that both of these parties play, right? That's what they're really afraid of. See, they're afraid of that federal penitentiary. I don't want you to ever misunderstand that they do not want to go to that federal penitentiary. And it looks like not only are they going to go to that federal penitentiary, but a lot of their stuff is going to be seized. Did you see how quickly Donald Trump was able to remove that $59 million? They sent $59 million to the city of New York. The city of New York moved the money from one account to another account, and they still swooped in and got that $59 million. Can you imagine if you Nancy Pelosi and you got your $250 million and you go to your little bank account and it's all gone, and Elon Musk is sending you, and this little tag in there say Elon got it. Somebody type Elon got it in the chat room. Elon Musk is taking your money. They treating you like a drug dealer. Your accounts have been frozen. The FBI, the new FBI is coming down. Doge is coming down on you. This is why they're afraid of Trump. And all these people that you think that they advocates for black, they've probably been receiving kickbacks too. You see Al Sharpton got $500,000 to interview Kamala Harris. You see that, right? What does that tell you? Elon got it. That's right. It's gonna be. I'm gonna get a shirt. That's what I need, a shirt that says Elon got it. But that's what they're afraid of. That's the only reason they're out there panicking like that. It's got to be the only reason. Okay, afraid that. And the other thing is they're afraid that their grip on Black America is slipping. But see, for decades, the Democratic leadership has operated under the assumption that Black folks are just guaranteed, like that ugly girl that you show up at a house at 3 o'clock in the morning after you get out the club drunk, smelling like, whatever. You can go up in the house and lay up and eat breakfast early in the morning and go on back. That's who we were to them. That's who we were. We was the big girl with the bad skin that cooked breakfast. That's who we were. And they just showed up after they get out the club and come to our house. And that's who we was. I'm just trying to let y'all know. That's who we was. And now she got her new man. Matter of fact, the Black community like, nah, we done with you. Don't come to my house. Not at all. Black community's not answering phone calls. We not returning messages. You send the text message. She used to just return it immediately. Bam, she right on it. You don't even see the little red sign beneath it no more. She don't. Nah, that's what the Black community is with the Democratic Party. We not returning. We're not talking to them. Okay, we not posting. We blocked them on. Can't hit in the inbox or nothing. Okay, we were the guaranteed block. But see, 2024's election, it shattered that illusion. Let's look at the exit polls. 21% of Black men voted for Trump. That is amazing. And those are the brothers that answer truthfully. Most of y'all won't tell the truth that you voted for Trump. I think it was probably more like 23, 24. 7% of Black women voted for Trump. That is amazing also. And that's a shout out to Chef 673. I'm going to read all the super chats. I promise y'all, I go and read all the super chats. But look, so what does that tell me? That, first of all, that's the highest percentage for a Republican in modern history. Here's another cold thing. All right, among young Black voters between the age of 18 and 35, 1/3 of them supported Trump. That's like 33%. So that's telling you we're looking at we're getting a generational shift away from blind support for the Democrat Party. Now, on the flip side, 61% of Hispanics voted for Trump. And that proved that they're not even aligned with the Democrat Party at all. And they can't. Shout out to Mr. Lane. And so now guess what? Now it's a problem. Trump has come in here and disrupted their plans. The man is shifting the power dynamic in ways that nobody could ever prepare for, not just in the law, not just up there in society, but now you're able to speak and say what you want to say. You heard all those things those brothers and sisters said. We are setting the record straight, whether we talking about the Rainbow Coalition, whether we talking about these immigrants and how we really feel, whether they be Black, Asian, whatever. Black people are speaking the truth. You see what I'm saying? That's what you see happening. Shout out to Black Abdullah. We are telling it like it is, and this is the environment. Okay? See, you got to understand, the Democrats and these pundits, they built a political environment on controlling Black emotions. And then they use that to fuel our machine. They get us out there screaming and hollering, and everybody, oh my God, we don't want the angry Black people out there because the world will look at us like we animals, right? But at this point, we are resting. We are resting in the way this whole race card thing won't work because at the end of the day, Black folks at this point in 2025, The only color we're really concerned about, let's just keep it 100, is green. We're concerned about green because it seems to us that everybody else is getting what they want after we do the fighting. So we just gonna sit back and count our money. That's what we are into right now. Okay, we're gonna focus on family. We're gonna focus on faith. We're gonna focus on money. So the thought that they could weaponize race just to keep us in line, see, they thought that those old tactics would work, telling us Trump is the bad guy. And I don't know if the man is a white supremacist or not. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I'm not going to just have a knee-jerk reaction and say he is. Now, I will say that the white supremacists have taken his election as a cue to kick up the racial environment. I'll say that. Okay, but the man denounced these people in the racism. I know the man's son-in-law is Jewish. You understand what I'm saying? And so that his daughter, who was in his administration, I'm just saying, all right. Nevertheless, that old tactic is not going to work. They keep trying to tell us this man is our enemy. You mean the man that's auditing the IRS, that's auditing all these agencies to see where our money went? Because if anybody need their money, black people we need our money. I can speak on behalf of all the black people in America. We do need our money, okay? And if you can stop the IRS from taking our money, if you can stop the Department of Education from taking our money and shipping it off to these white communities and white neighborhoods and giving scholarships to folk that just came up here from overseas, yeah, we definitely would appreciate that. I can say that also on behalf of all the black people in America. We don't give a damn, all right, if you figure out that these politicians have been stealing our money and you start putting them in jail. So that don't really feel like an enemy to me, okay? You telling me we in danger because this man is shutting people down from coming up, dangerous people from coming across the border. That doesn't feel like he's a danger to me. All right. You telling us we got to fight for a system that never actually fought for us. I don't know about that. Okay. See, I think what's happening, I mentioned this last night. If you guys haven't seen my broadcast last night, it was very good. And it was very poignant. We have reached another level of political sophistication. What I'm saying is black people have learned this political game. We kind of it's taken a while. Remember, we are new people. We are freshly educated people. Remember, we just got off the plantation in the 1960s. We just came to the big city in the 1960s. It's only 2 or 3 generations later. And now we're beginning to recognize the game. We didn't come from a country that allowed us to vote for generation after generation. Our granddaddy and great-granddaddy wasn't a prime minister or anything like that. We were cotton pickers and folk that came from agricultural societies, most of the mid-Atlantic and the South. And so now, you got black people like, nah. See, we've seen how this Democratic leadership has failed. And it's prioritized every other group except the very people who took care of them the best, the very people who've been here for years, right? They welcome millions of immigrants, illegal or not illegal. They pour resources into every community but our own, even our own black leaders. Look at that young man in Chicago. He is fighting like hell to keep those illegal immigrants. I mean, just think about that. He is fighting to keep those in Chicago, the Chicago mayor. I mean, they are willing to go to jail to protect those illegal immigrants. And you can't stop the violence in South Chicago, in the South side of Chicago, but you fighting like hell to keep all these illegal immigrants in it. And you got your own people saying what? We want them gone, the people that elected you. Yet and still they're pouring the resources into those people who are living and taking over our community. And then they turn around and expect us to fight for them. I just want you to think about how crazy that you purposely did everything we told you not to do. And now that it's all falling in and caving in on you, now you want us to turn around and fight for the very things that we told you we didn't want in the first place. I want you to think about that. Think about that. That's crazy. How stupid do they think we are? Hispanics, look, the Hispanics could have saved themselves. They're minority in the country, and they're quick to tell you. They overwhelmingly voted for Trump. They made their choice. The Asian groups, they led the charge to dismantle affirmative action. I want you to think about how stupid that was. And now they're the main ones suffering because it's just more black people's numbers in those Ivy League schools have remained the same. The Asian numbers are dropping and the white folks' numbers are increasing. So you a darn fool for that. These Asian Hispanic businesses, they profited from the black community, and they even displayed open anti-black blackness. So they made their choice. And now you got these deportations began, ICE raid and flooding the news, and and as white adjacency turns its back on them, they want to complain to Black America. We don't care about us. Shout out to Quantum Solace. They expect us to go run in the streets and carry their burden for them. You're over here because we fought for you to be over here. We fought for everybody else. We don't owe them anything. And throughout history, we've been fighting alone. You understand? Period. So this fear that these folk have is real. These Democratic leaders are watching this shift with fear in their eyes. They don't have any cover. They don't have any protection. They know the power only comes from manipulating black outrage, from convincing us that we must always be in the streets, always fight. We are not going to be out there fighting for a politician to keep their job and the money that they stole. Who do you think we are? We're not emotionally invested in that battle. You were just another crooked politician who was about to get caught up. That's all that happened. Black America is resting, and we are not coming to save you. Now, they don't understand why we're not panicking. And I spoke about Brother Roland Martin. Let's go ahead and run it. Let's frat.
You have at least, do understand right now, you have at least 4 Supreme Court justices who would love to completely get rid of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. And why this is important is because the 1964 Civil Rights Act is the enforcement mechanism that has led to all of these changes for Black America since that period. So what they understand, if we assault the 1964 Civil Rights Act and get rid of that, and then we completely get rid of the 1965 Voting Rights Act, what we have effectively done is gutted black leadership and African Americans from being able to take advantage of.
I'm just going to ask you, what has black leadership done for us, black people? What has black leadership done for us, black people, in the past, let's say 20 or 30 years? I'm just asking you. I mean, I'm going to let him finish play. Go ahead, brother. Finish talking. But
what happens in this country. So while a lot of y'all are bullshitting around on whether you can be on fucking TikTok,
he is letting
while you're getting caught up in some bullshit housewife,
you're cussing bullshit.
While you're having your fucking MJ and LeBron debates on who's the GOAT,
you're gonna have a stroke.
There is literally, as we speak, an entire focus to gut every single civil right and economic gain that we have had since 1964 because they are pissed with those three acts. They're pissed with the Brown versus Board of Education Act. You have voucher bills that are being pushed in Texas and Tennessee and other places to gut public education. What we have to understand is there is a vicious assault.
I'm going to let him finish, and I'm going to fraternally and lovingly correct him when he finishes. But let's let him finish his rant.
To completely defund Black America.
Okay. All right.
Now, what's up?
I hope you got it all out. Now, here, let's break down my good brother Roland Martin's panic attack real quick. Let me break this down for you. So first of all, let's talk about some of the things that he said. Okay, he's basically saying that the Supreme Court of the United States is trying to overturn the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Okay, now here's the thing. You said at least four Four judges want to over. Is that what he said? Four. He said four. That's a lot. But not one single court justice has publicly called for overturning the Civil Rights Act. Okay? And yes, the court has ruled against race-based affirmative action and DEI, but the Civil Rights Act is not under attack. Overturning the Civil Rights Act would require Congress, not just the court, and to do that. And even with a conservative majority, there's no mainstream movement pushing for it. Even Clarence Thomas, the boogeyman of the left-leaning Democrats who are black, he's upheld parts of the Civil Rights Act in the past. So this is just false fear-mongering, okay? Now, the other thing they're saying is the Republicans are dismantling civil rights protections. Now, the truth is that's partially true. The Voting Rights Act was weakened, but it's not eliminated. The case was Shelby County v. Holder decision back in 2013. And what it did was it basically removed the pre-clearance requirement, which forced some states to get federal approval before changing the voting law. So here's what happened. States like Alabama and Mississippi, man, shout out to Logic Hits. They had, you got to have you got to be able to read and recite the Constitution. Back in, these are the ways they kept black folks from voting. And so they said, no, we're going to eliminate that. It's not 60. You got black people in office right now. They can deal with that on their own. Don't need to oversight that. That's just too much. So y'all don't have to get clearance to change your voting rights or the requirements for voting. So they basically said it's outdated. That's it. Okay. And here's the cold part about it. Black voter turnout is still high. We can get to the courthouse and we can get to the voting booth when we want to. We're not being suppressed. We'll let the couch take us out of the vote, but for the most part, and when we want to get down to the voting booth, we'll get there. And I think I can speak on behalf of black people. When we really want to go vote, neither rain nor sleet nor snow will stop us. You understand? The other thing is, they're talking about, what did he say? Brown versus the Board of Education. That's not under attack. You think they're going to stop integration? Do you think that the SEC wants to go back to having all white football teams? Do you really think that that's what they want? I just want y'all to use your common sense. Do you think these local schools in Dallas and the South where racism was the word, you think they want to just have all white teams again? And then they got to play them big boys up there? Do you really think that? What would the SEC look like if it was just all white boys again, like back in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s? USC would be tearing them a new one. Oregon, Syracuse, Ohio State would be ripping them apart. Are you kidding me? Stop playing. All right, they are not. Brown versus the Board of Education is not under attack. They are not going to be, they are not ever, okay, they're making millions and millions of dollars watching black men shoot basketballs, run up and down basketball fields, football field. They attract, are you kidding me? Cut it out, frat. Just cut it out. Stop playing. All right, you need to cut it out. All right? And look, here's another thing. We're not going to be distracted, okay, by this condescending insults. Look, that's my frat brother. I'm not going to disrespect the brother. I don't disrespect brothers generally. But the nerve to try to blame black people for living our lives instead of bowing at the altar of the democratic hysteria. The nerve of you. Black voter engagement remains strong, especially among older black voters, young black voters 18 to 35. They just voted differently. 33% supported Trump or a third party, Jill Stein or whatever. And you got, shout out to Miss Elaine, and now Brother Martin is mad that we're distracted. No, we not. He's mad that we're thinking for ourselves. Yeah, I can think for myself, frat. You can't tell me what to think. You saying Republicans want to defund public education. That's kind of twisting the facts. Look, school vouchers are not designed to defund black education. They give parents, and that includes black parents, more options to send their kids to better schools. Here's the problem. What happens when parents start sending their kids out of these black enclaves in the hood, and they start sending them to better schools because they got a school voucher? What does that do to those schools in the hoods where those democratic strongholds are? Which some of them folk are like, well, we just gonna move out there. Those kids are no longer stuck in that ghetto. They get a better education. They don't have to return to the ghetto. I'm telling you, this is what it is. Never forget, it's all about the almighty dollar. Okay? And here's the cold part about it. You talk about black folks in uproar. 71% of black parents support school choice. And that contradicts Brother Martin's claim that school vouchers harm black families. And if you say otherwise, then you're saying you know better than those black parents. And let me tell you something about Brother Martin. First time I saw Brother Martin, he was down here at the Imani School, which is an elite black private school where his children attended. And at that time, my sons attended the school at the same time. It was very early in their life. So you got your kids in private school, but you want these black folk out here frat. You want these other black folk to send their school kids to the school in the ghetto. I'm just saying, brother, I seen you walk yourself on by there. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So it's cool for your kids to attend Imani school, but it's not cool for these other black folks to have that option. I just want you to think about it. That's I'm just saying, brother, I don't know if that's cool at all. If public schools were so great, then why does these Democratic politicians and these other folk who are these so-called pundits, why they send their kids to private school? Huh? I'm just saying. See, here's the thing. Brother Martin, worst nightmare is already happening, okay? See, the black political power is not being erased. It's shifting away from the Democratic Party. Again, shout out to Penny Ford. 21% of black men and 7% of black women voted for Trump. Did I say that yet? And that is the highest Republican support for black voters in modern history. The real fear isn't about losing black political power. It's about losing control of black folks. See, that's the real reason my ice cold frat brother is foaming at the mouth out here using all this explicit language. I think he dropped the F-bomb like 4 times. Okay? And see, his biggest frustration, like the rest of us, shout out to Quantum Solace, isn't Republican policies. It's the fact that black people are no longer responding to the Democratic fear-mongering. See, that's the problem that we're dealing with right now. I just want to be absolutely clear. That's where we at. See, that old script, you know, the old Democratic strategy has been scare black people with talk of voter suppression and Supreme Court rulings and gutting civil rights, and get us emotionally invested in the fight that gives us no real benefits, because we already understand that once we sustain it or get it, other folk gonna jump in. White women are just gonna jump in and take it anyway, right? They want to secure your votes and then ignore us until the next election cycle. But see, this time is different because black people aren't responding. We're not marching, not boycotting. Hell, we're not even emotionally manipulated. The only thing we're doing is sitting back clowning people. That's what we're doing. We sitting back saying, hell no, I'm not going. Go burn them flags over there. Take your butt back home. That's what we're saying. And what's happening, black folk have moved on. And so Brother Martin, if you're looking at this, you can cuss, you can scream, you can cry all you want, but black folks are not coming. We're focused on economic power. We're not focused on this performative activism. We're voting our interests. Somebody type vote your interests in the chat room. I don't care who you vote for. I've told you guys this before. I don't care who you vote for. Vote your interests. You vote Republican, vote Democrat, vote the couch, vote for a third party. I don't care. I just tell you to vote your interests. And that shows a level of sophistication and understanding as opposed to me telling you who to vote for. Nevertheless, we're voting our interests, not our skin color. That's a problem too. Shout out to who we got in here, Just for My Sense. We're resting because we fought enough battles alone. So these folk, they can scream, they can panic, they can sound the alarm, But black people are done with this fake outrage. We're resting and we're not coming to save anybody. And let me give you some more unpopular truth. And I kind of alluded at this earlier with my reaction videos. Okay, they called me the Blizzard King. Somebody typed the Blizzard King in the chat room. Ice cold, brother. Yeah, now you see where I'm the Blizzard King. I'm gonna give you that whole cold hard truth. The cold hard truth of this matter is that black people fought for civil rights, but weren't the ones who benefited from it. We bled, we marched, we were beaten, we were jailed, we were lynched. Okay, only to have these other folk come down like ravens out of the sky and swoop up and reap all the benefits from our struggle. We're done with all that. The LGBT movement, white women, immigrants, and every other group, right? They came in and used the 1964 Civil Rights Act as a stepping stone. They pushed black folks to the back of the line. And now the backlash is here. Because see, all roads come to an end. And every dog has his day. And the Democratic dog is had his day. You see, that's what's going on. And it has come at the worst time. You lost black support at the time when you need the most support you can, because this man named Donald J. Trump is coming for your booties. Okay? He is coming like a prison booty bandit. And he is going to take all that you got. And you are not going to like it. It's going to be painful. It's not going to be good. You're going to call your mama crying and not be able to tell her what happened. That's what's going to happen. And they don't have us. They don't have their black puppets. They don't have us anymore. So they panicking. They calling for action. Help, help, help. we gonna lose our rights. Help. They screaming. Help. They cursing. Help. But black people are not caring. We don't care. We don't care. We see through the grain. We don't care. We got the LGBT. They hijacked the civil rights movement, right? Just let's put it in context. Black folks fought for 200 plus years to be recognized as human beings, to have basic citizenship rights in a country that built its wealth off of our labor, okay? And no one ever questioned our oppression. No one, no ever. We couldn't hide it. We couldn't escape it. But the LGBTQ movement jumped in the line using our civil rights framework to push sexual identity politics as if there was some sort of racial struggle. Being black isn't a choice. Being gay, being trans, or binary, that's a personal identity that you can keep private until you choose to announce it if you so choose. Yet you have trans rights who are treated like civil rights, while black communities are still fighting for economic survival and mastery in the same places that we were shoved into after slavery. Now let's look at this scam of DEI. Shout out to Johnny Harris. DEI wasn't for black folk. It was for white women. Every corporate DEI initiative put white women at the front of the line while black men and women were still locked out of jobs and promotions and real opportunities. If DEI had worked so well, wouldn't you see a lot more black folk in charge of these Fortune 500 companies? White women were grouped under diversity, and they became the primary beneficiaries of affirmative action, corporate hiring, and political policies that I guess was supposed to be meant for black people. Now the DEI is being dismantled. They want black people to turn around and fight for white women. I want you to understand the gall of that. The same white women that overwhelmingly supported Donald Trump in his last election. Are you kidding me? I mean, you got to be a doggone fool as a black person. And that's why that young lady said that. I'm glad that it's happening like that. You got to be an idiot, a real life idiot. If you out there say, oh, D, I'm just saying, fam, vote your interests. That's all. And when you start voting your interests, you're going to start saying, hey, and I'm not telling you to be a Republican. I'm not telling you to be a Democrat. I'm saying vote your interests. This last election, at the top of the ticket, I voted for Trump. I voted for a bunch of Democrats on the local level. I voted for a few Republican senators. I voted my interests. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not telling you what to do. Never will. I vote my interests. But the idea that you all think that we will be marching for white women, we just gonna continue being crash dummies for white women. That's what we're supposed to do. And they want y'all to be the crash dummies for white women. They definitely want y'all to come on out and be crash dummies for them again. If they can convince black women especially, okay, to come on out, the sisterhood needs y'all. Come on out, we need y'all. We're listening to black women. They come in with all the compliments and, they are doing their best to get black women to come out. Come on out, sister. Come stay with us. We need you. What about the sisterhood? They're doing their best. And the sisters are like, no, hell no. We about to focus on our pedicures and that's where we at. And I can't blame it. I'm happy for it. And I can guarantee you this, if black women don't come out, black men are definitely not coming out. I can say that with the straightest of faces and repeat it over and over again. Brothers are not going anywhere. If black women are not moved to do anything, we good. We good. And most of the time, the only reason we even did stuff is because black women got involved in stuff and we kind of low-key felt compelled to do it. But nevertheless, let's talk about the white adjacency politics. The Civil Rights Act was meant for who? Black people, descendants of slaves. Donald Trump said it himself. Jim Crow, institutional racism, meant to do away with that. But what happened? The minute we got that right, those rights, immigrants flooded into the country. Flooded, came and took over. The struggle for black advancement became a people of color issue. How we go from color to people of color. Latinos, Asians, white, adjacent immigrant groups, they use our fight to secure resources and the protections and privileges that we fought for. And we were silent about it. We were cool. We don't mind sharing. We are wonderful and fantastic and loving and outstanding, beautiful group of people. We are wonderful people. All my foundational Black American brothers, we are wonderful people. We don't mind sharing. Come on in. Come enjoy the culture that you say we don't have. But it's our culture that invites you folk in and let y'all stay. That we are wonderful people. Somebody, all my black folk in the chat room type, we are wonderful in the chat room. Somebody, we are wonderful. All right, let's do that. Because we truly are. We're much better than most of these folks. Most of these people are selfish. Right? Nevertheless, guess what happens? Now, they got so beside themselves, you got Hispanic folks that said, we just gonna vote for Trump. Y'all got confident. They got real confident. They vote for Trump is a vote for whiteness. They have been trying to be white for 100 years. They got an internal civil war going on between the brown-skinned Latinos and the light-skinned Latinos right now. They are fighting each other all on TikTok. They are tickety-tock. They are going at it. Guerra. That's what they say. It's the guerra de Latinos ahora in la TikTok. That's what's going on. Scrapping it out. Okay, and shout out to the Afro Latinos. They are giving those white Latinos the blues. They are telling them everything they ever wanted to see. That's what you get for trying to be white. You was calling us Blackie and Prieto out here, and now you're about to get deported. Your abuela's going on. They are giving each other the blues over there. So shout out to my brown, African descendant Afro Latinos. Y'all keep laying into them. Check them, G-check them, give them everything they need. So they can understand. Don't never let them forget this. Clown them. Put y'all big red noses on when your big clown shoes and go, keep clowning. Because 61% of them voted for Trump. And now they're getting deported. Somebody typed deported in the chat room. And here's the cold part about it. Nobody, where the black people at? We need y'all to come protest for. Are you kidding me? So let me get this straight. Black folk voted for Trump to the tune of 86%. Black people voted for Kamala Harris 86%. Y'all voted for Donald Trump 61%. Now y'all getting handled, okay, like some hot garbage. And you want our black women to put their Louis Vuitton purses down. Hold on, give me some name brands. I don't know all that stuff. You want them to put their Gucci lokes up You want the black men to park their Range Rovers and Rolls Royces and BMWs. You want the sisters to take their Chanel shoes off and put their tennis shoes back on and come out there and help you burn flags and assault police officers because of a decision that you made and you were wrong. That's what you want us to do? Oh, I think I can speak on behalf of the vast majority of us, prietos and negros and morenos, and we would say hell no, which translates from Ebonics to no, not going to happen. All right? We're not going to do it. See, here's the cold part about it. Here's why they think we stupid. See, Obama sold us out. He sold Black America out. I know it's unpopular. I've been saying it since after the first 2 years of his. I've been back in 2010. I was saying this. I was saying this back in 2010. Obama sold Black America out, and people didn't like me because remember he was Black Jesus back then. This is before y'all start booing him, and he came out there and Kamala and told y'all was stupid. But I've been saying it for a while. Barack Obama was never for Black people. He was for the alphabet community. He was for the immigrants. He was for Wall Street. He was for everyone except foundational Black American people, the folks who elected him. Do you know we voted for him 96%? And what do we get? Nothing. Instead, we got DACA for illegals. We got transgender bathrooms. We got told that we needed to stop complaining, stop being victims. Come on, we need to work harder. Somebody type work harder in the chat room. We need to work harder. Obama did 8 years. He had 8 years to push a Black agenda, but he didn't, because he never cared about us, and it's obvious. And meanwhile, Trump gave us the First Step Act. He increased Black unemployment. He brought real economic discussions to the table. But we were told to hate this man, no matter what. Again, I don't really care. And I want y'all to keep in mind, he's supposed to be a dictator, take over America. He was just the president like 4 years ago, CA007. I guess y'all thought we forgot that, okay? But Obama set the stage for all this chaos we see now. Open the floodgates for the LGBT dominance and immigration policies that ignore Black people and economic policies that left us behind. And now the backlash is here. And suddenly, Democrats want our help. You understand? These MAGA politicians aren't attacking Black people's rights. They're attacking the scam that used us. Black people aren't losing anything. We already lost. Our so-called allies took that from us. The Civil Rights Act helped everyone but us. Affirmative action helped white women. DEI helped white women and LGBTQ. Illegal immigration hurt Black jobs and wages. The only thing MAGA Republicans are doing is burning down the fake system that pretended to help us while benefiting everyone else. And Black people are fine with that. These Democrats are mad because they're losing their pet slaves. The real reason Democrats are in a meltdown is because Black people are not panicking. We're not marching. We're not protesting. We're not emotionally manipulated. We see the scam now. We know that look, man. We know that when they say Black and brown unity, they mean Black people do the work while everyone else benefits. We know what that means. You don't think we figured that out? Let them people fight their own battles. They want us to believe we're in danger. We've been in danger. That danger is what you get in the United States as a Black person. They say we losing rights, that we need to wake up and get back in line. You hear that man cuss us out like, listen to this man just cuss us out like this. Listen to him.
Right now, you have at least 4 Supreme Court justices who would love to completely get rid of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. And why this is important is because the 1964 Civil Rights Act is the enforcement mechanism that has led to all of these changes for Black America since that period. So what they understand, if we assault the 1964 Civil Rights Act and get rid of that, and then we completely get rid of the 1965 Voting Rights Act, what we have effectively done is it's gutted black leadership and African Americans from being able to take advantage of what happens in this country.
Do you all really believe any of that? Are y'all scared? Are y'all really scared? Because I'm not. Maybe it's just me. I'm not afraid. But see, here's the thing. My suggestion to all you brothers, and I know people have divergent beliefs and views or whatever, but let these people fight their own battles. They want us to feel like we're in danger. They want us to feel like we're losing rights. They want us to wake up. They want us to wake up and get our black behinds back in the back of the line. But we don't care. And that's hard for them to understand. You ever had somebody you've been able to manipulate and tell them you love them and you appreciate them year after year after year, and then finally they become indifferent? We don't care. Again, Black Americans, men and women, we are focused on our own economic power. We're focused on our own communities and our own survival. So let these people scream and cuss all they want. Let them cry, let them beg. We're not coming to save y'all. Look, Black folks have been used for generations as foot soldiers for the Democratic Party. They gave us marching orders. They told us to fight for their causes. Then they tossed us aside. And once they got what they wanted, they act like we're a problem if we ask them, hey, what about us? But see, this time, we're not fighting. We're not watching. We're not even resting. We don't even give a darn. Okay? All these people suddenly want our help. Not this time. No. See, Black Americans are fully distancing ourselves from these other groups that have co-opted our struggle. And we, especially the ones that haven't given us anything in return. And this is not about personal animosity. It's about recognizing that our fight is unique and that we can't afford to keep carrying the weight of all these other people. Okay? Your sexual preference is not a racial identity. You can choose when and how you disclose your sexuality, but Blackness is visible from birth. Immigrants, that is definitely not our fight. Why don't you go apply for citizenship, get a visa, or hell, go back to your own country? If Black Americans, if foundational Black Americans actually had our own country, instead of being surrounded by folks in this country, do you know how fast and how much we would build? Look at our history. Fresh out of slavery, we built multi-million-dollar towns. See, we don't have a homeland to return to, per se. We're foundational Black Americans, the descendants of those who built this country. We owe no one solidarity when the solidarity has never been reciprocated, especially. And as far as the struggles that others are dealing with, you know what? Hey, Black people are resting. Okay? And I think we've made that abundantly clear. Since Donald Trump's election in 2024, we let y'all know we're resting. See, it's time for foundational Black Americans to get from under this yoke of these white liberals who have used us as political pawns, and while they gave us nothing, right? And for decades, we've had to depend on the handouts, welfare system, promises of political inclusion. And yet, guess what? Any progress that we've made, it hadn't been because of them. They tell us to vote. Yet, when we do vote for them, they give our resources to immigrants. They tell us to march. And when we march, right, we've been fighting the same battle for 50 years, right? At what point do we stop being the fool? And I think after giving this some thought, we are on the right page. It's time we just remove ourselves from this mess altogether, to divest from the system and their support. Okay? We clearly don't need them to survive. We're here before the Democrat Party. We'll be here after the Democrat Party. We have everything we need. We got the talent. Okay? That's what we got with number one. All right, we need our land and we need our reparations. That's what we need. Black Americans are not a weak people. We are self-sufficient people. We have black bankers, we got black doctors, we have black accountants, we got farmers, we got nurses, we got teachers, engineers, plumbers, electricians, truck drivers, we got maintenance men, we got roofers, we got everything we need. We got carpenters, we got everything. We got dentists, we have everything. We got the skills, the intelligence, the ability to build and sustain our own economy. What we need is our land and our economics. Now, they probably won't give us reparations, but we can spend the next 4 or 5 years purchasing things. That's what we can do. Try to get back that generational wealth that was stolen from us. And we could try to make up that time that we lost fighting for other people. See, it's time for foundational Black Americans to unite and organize and implement long-term strategies that create real prosperity. Okay? Not relying on some sort of political system that has continued to exploit. Shout out to brother Marcus, SYSBM. Not rely on the Democrats. Right? We need to create our own financial systems and such and so forth. And we can do it. We've done it before. But what we're not going to do is keep begging for crumbs. What we're not going to do is keep begging for social inclusion or political recognition. Oh, no. We don't need your economic scraps. No, we don't need that. We're powerful people, capable of thriving without the need for validation from anybody. We don't even need permission. We definitely don't need approval from anyone else. And it's really just time for us to go ahead and embrace our own power. I explained that to you the other night. Let these other people fight their battles. Let them fight their own battles, and we're going to focus on building our future for our children and our generation. That's where I'm at. Okay? That's where I'm at. And I think most Black people are there too. Look, for generations, and here's something I want y'all to understand. Who y'all want us to fight for? Huh? Who is it that they trying to get us to fight for? And I know I keep rehashing this, but we need to, the Democrats assumed our loyalty for decades. Threw us all these empty promises, all this race bait and all these distractions, wasn't putting no money in our pocket. Every election cycle, no land. They've been trying to do this same reparations bill for 40 years. How long has it been? 20, 30 years now? Shout out to MC Recovery and Cody Marshall. The 40 years, we've moved on. I'm just going to be honest with you. We moved on. Okay? No, we did not overwhelmingly vote for Trump. We did not. Most of us voted for Kamala Harris, but let's be honest. We do support his policies. See, that's the quiet part. We are quietly cheering Trump on. You saw the informal poll in here, auditing the government and exposing corruption. Got a yes from my folk up in here. Didn't it get it? Got a yes. Deporting millions of illegal immigrants who have been stealing our resources meant for Black people. We support that, absolutely. Forcing these foreign countries and NATO and the UN and these other countries to pay their fair share so we and the rest of America doesn't have to. We are okay with that. We all about time. Using tariffs and trade restrictions to bring American jobs back. We've been waiting for that for years. They're counting on the fact that we're as ignorant as our poor ancestors who came up out of Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, Arkansas, didn't have education. We know what tariffs are. And if we don't know, we got these little pocket phones right here. We got a little pocket phone and we can Google it. We got ChatGPT that can tell us the benefit and shortcomings of a tariff and trade restrictions. And what we can tell is this is going to be something to bring jobs back. Jobs that help what? Black jobs. Okay, those black jobs that your grandma and your granddaddy depending on, and that's how grandma got that house that granddaddy left her and that land. Those black jobs. We've been waiting for that for a long time. See, this is the quiet part that black people aren't saying out loud because they are lovely and wonderful people. And you black folks, I don't think y'all realize just how wonderful and beautiful and loving and patient you are. Shout out to Quantum Solace. You might secretly like seeing these folk get rounded up and sent home, but you'll never tell it because you don't want to seem ugly. That's what it is. When I'm ugly, I'm going to tell it. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to tell it to the mountaintop. Yes, we happy to see y'all get rid of all these people over here who we've been having to pay for. Yes. Okay, yes. Yes, we tired of these sassy little boys in the black community. Yes, we're tired of that too. Every time we see some black person on TV, you holding your breath going to watch doggone Captain America Brave New World because you think he gonna come out the closet in the damn you. Yes, we happy. Send them home. That's the black people won't say that because they nice, good, beautiful, wonderful people. But they deep down on the inside, like, that's right, Tom home. Send them home. Send them home. Send them. They won't say that. They beautiful people. I know. I love y'all for that. You wonderful people. Y'all don't like to step on people when they're doing bad. You be out there. We pray for them, Lord. Just bless them, Lord. We hate to see these children get sick. But deep down on the inside, you like, send them kids back to where the hell they came from. I know what you're thinking. You can't lie to me. You can. I know what you're thinking. See, the reality is black people, black Americans, we've been watching Trump. We've been watching him do exactly what we've been asking for. We watched illegal immigrants get the fast track to all our resources. They come in our schools. They don't even speak the language. The teachers have to spend most of the time teaching them. Can't even teach our kids the basics. And then when we see, hey, what's up with this? Black folks get told, wait your turn. How much longer we got to wait? They just got here. We was like, all right. We watch black workers get undercut by undocumented workers that corporations exploit for cheap wages. We see what they do. Them rules that you see and these lawns that's being cut, that used to be black men doing that. It's true. And then we watch this Democrat Party prioritize LGBTQ rights. Shout out to TIQ. I mean, we watched it. And we couldn't say anything about it because it's like, oh, I don't want to lose my job. All right. And y'all have to say stuff like, well, you know, love who you love. That's what y'all been saying for about 20 years. Love who you love. But you don't want your son to be sassy, do you? Nope. You sure don't. And you just hoping that your daughter comes out of it, her and her girlfriend. You just hope she'll just grow out of it. That's what you're hoping. So you didn't say anything about it. You see, you supposed to be diversity, equity in it, but you working at a job and all the diversity hires are white women with blue hair and armpit hair. So you knew that was a fraud a long time ago. While our communities struggle to try to get in these positions. You know why you want to have so many black women who are entrepreneurs? Because they had to be. That's why they opening all these businesses and leading the stats and being entrepreneurs. Let me just say this, man. Black people are done. You may never get black people back to the way we were at the time Barack Obama became president. You might not ever get black folk that involved. We went from voting for Barack Obama 96%, and now we down voting for the Democratic Party 86% for president. Just think about that. These people thought they had the eternal grip on black people. They just thought they had us, right? But in 2024, things change. And that's what terrifies these people. That's why they're scrambling. That's why they're screaming. That's why they're sending these folk in, Roland Martin, Joy Reid, screaming and hooting and hollering, trying to guilt us back in line. But we don't. We vote for the policy to benefit us. We're watching the system crumble, and we don't even care about it. We're putting ourselves first for the first time in generations. Democrats thought that they had a permanent hold on us. Okay? We are their worst nightmare at this particular point. We are just scaring the bejesus out of it. And let me say this before, and I got some more stuff to talk about, but I want to definitely hit this. I want to spend a little time talking about this. What exactly is Trump doing that we're supposed to be afraid of? For generations, the FBI, the DOJ, the CIS, the IRS, they've been weapons of mass destruction against Black Americans. These are not institutions that served us. They are the very agencies that terrorized us and infiltrated us and sabotaged all of our great movements for liberation. And now we're watching them get burned to the ground by Donald Trump, and they want us to have sympathy. So I'm going to finish that note in a minute. We're going to talk about that because look, we have common sense classes up in here. We are doing common sense. We are learning. Okay, we are learning. I'm just asking you to think about it, right? And I got much respect for everybody who has opposing views and so on and so forth. But I'm just saying, why are we rooting for the person who is doing what we want to do? Now, that being the case, before I, get down to the nitty-gritty and get gone, I want to make sure I acknowledge all of the beautiful, wonderful people who said they learned something by donating to the Super Chat, the Cash App, and the PayPal, because these are the people who are the real MVPs. Now, first, I'm going to start with Brother Jonathan. Thank you, Brother Jonathan, for the Cash App. Also, Brother Turner and Brother Terrell. Thank you all so much for the Cash App. I certainly do appreciate that. And I don't read their first and last name because people want to be discreet. Now, I need you all to pay attention to what the people said here. Now, we got 40 Super Chats. It'll be great to have 45. Can we give 45? But only if you learn something. If you hadn't learned something, don't give me anything. Okay? I'm not out here begging. I'm just saying, if you learn something, I should earn something. We got 40. It'll be 45 will be live, but 40 we'll see. Before I get to the end of this, maybe we'll get to 45, but only if you learn something. If you didn't learn anything, that's fine. And by the way, do y'all like my rose? Look at this. Is that nice? Is that better than my handkerchief? Is that better than the handkerchief? Let me know. I thought this was a nice little change up. I'll get the handkerchief back in a little while. But anyway, shout out to TIQ that said Unc made them tuck their chains. I sure did back in the day. Roland looking like the penguin. Why y'all talking about this man like that? Why y'all talking?
So while a lot of y'all
talk so bad about this brother right there, look. Y'all just talk so bad about him. Let me look. Let's just look at him while I read these super chats so y'all can be happily distracted. But anyway, Miss Elaine, what's up, Miss Elaine? How you doing? She said, I voted for Trump and I'm here for the smoke. I endorse black jobs. Yeah, that's right. Somebody type black jobs in the chat room. Oh man, we got 42 super chats. We might get to 45 before I finish. Let's see, marriage and politics. Let's see here. And oh man, shout out to Phil. Thank you, Phil. Phil came through with the Cash App late in the game. Came and shot the 3 late in the game to win. That's what I'm talking about. Good looking out, Phil. Also, let me see. Marriage politics and sports says it was good that Trump had these 4 years to be a better president than he would have been if he had consecutive. I agree with that. I think him taking a little time off and getting angry and them doing all that stuff that they did to him and try to unalive the man, I think that really it gave him a new lease. It helped him understand what's really important and what his job really was. So shout out. Everything happened for a reason. The Lord works in mysterious ways. Germany, let's see, Derek J. Germany hasn't learned anything. They're censoring free speech. Yeah, they tripping. And J.D. Vance went over there and gave them the what for. And it's like, look, we want people to talk so we can know where the heck they're coming from. Don't keep it a secret. Let us know. But you starting to put people in jail for stuff. I heard Great Britain is going to try to extradite Americans for saying crazy stuff. I wish you would. You better cut that out. But anyway, Black Sand said, could birthright citizenship take away voting rights for anchor babies and their families if they roll back? It helps America. Look, man, let me tell you something. At this point, anything could happen. But I gave a great discussion on that the other day. You should make sure you check that out, okay? Black Sand, we says these sexual flags, do they belong in the classroom or workplace? I don't think so. I think you should keep that, and you keep that on your own. Nobody has to know all that. Okay? Nobody, you shouldn't brutalize people because of what they do, whatever they do. As long as it's legal, do what you do. But you don't have to push that on our children. You don't have to push that on everybody else. Sorry, Brother Dennis. Here's my tax for my lazy black butt showing up. Yeah, you good. You can't ride on time, John Patton. Eric Brodus, what's up, Eric? Uncle D back stirring up hornets' nest. Yeah, I'm the bad guy. That's what I do. Who else we got up in here? I mean, these super chats and whatnot. Shout out to Vicky. Thank you so much, Vicky. I appreciate you. Let's see here. TIQS said illegals in the suites while my veterans are on the street. Why is that a kid? I think that's the biggest tragedy of all of this. We literally have a homeless population of veterans that are unattended. Why would you want to join the military and you might end up with PTSD and homeless, and your own country puts people who are from countries that we've been at war with before you? I want you to think about that. That is the word. We got a homeless veteran population of men who have nowhere to live, right? And we are putting Venezuelan and immigrants up in luxury suites in New York, some of the finest real estate in the world, but you can't find the money to take care of our veterans. I just think that's horrible. I think that wherever you stand in politics, nobody can support that. Because see, without the military, guess what we got? We have no country. All right, everybody and their mama will be coming over here. So, I just want you to think about that. The next time the government says we don't have any money, it's not in the budget. Shout out to Gemini Rising. Keep up the good work. I will, baby. I sure will. Thank you so much. I will do that. Black Sand, thank you so much. I appreciate you too for the new membership. All my members get a hand clap. Also, Gemini Rising. There you go. Welcome back. Welcome back. You're up here at the top and then you're back again. All right. Elevated Engineer. I'm taking advantage, Mr. Sperling. I want to buy a second investment property in DC. It's a great place for my business, cyber.dod. That sounds like a good idea. I bet you can get one cheap too. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you can talk them down. They got to get out of town. They got to go down there. What's his name? They got to go down there with Russell Simmons. They got to hurry up and get out of there. They don't get incarcerated. But shout out to TIQ as Unc. You called it in September 22. He's talking about when I said these black Democrats who are lawyers are about to get their hat handed to them. They got set up. All these black lawyers who are prosecuting Trump. Look at that. All of them happen to be black, except Jack Smith. And he got out of there like the day after Trump won. Remember that? He knew he saw the writing on the wall. Shout out to Passport King. This is like revenge by Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, Trump is coming for him. We got 44 super chats. See if y'all can get me to 45. That'll be live. Shout out to Gloria Sebri. Thank you so much, Gloria. I appreciate you for the 199. Jamal Smith for the 20. Thank you so much. Shout out from the DMV. Hey, man, we need you to go ahead and start buying some of them houses and duplexes over there so we can get some of that money that y'all going to have. All the prices going to drop out there because these people are running up out of there. Shout out to Jamal Smith. Shout out to the DMV. Cody Marshall, salute to you, Uncle D, putting the truth out there. Yeah, thank you so much, brother. Damian Cross. Talk to him, good brother. I will, man. Julian Harvey, you speaking the truth, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you too, fam. Quantum Solace. Who else? Yeah, all praises to the Most High. Let me see here. Thank you so much. Quantum Solace said, Roly moly, tripping so hard. Why y'all talk about that man like that, man? Roly moly's tripping so hard because the spigot of milk money has dried up. Now these boulets have to pull up their bootstraps and get their money out the mud. The irony of selling your soul for cheap. Yeah, man. All roads come to an end, man. It's over, man. You know, it's done. My Lance Jackson, 1999. Thank you so much. Chef 673, say, have you heard that Al Sharpton is having meetings with the governor Holcomb? Is trying to figure out how she's going to remove. How do you even do that? Like, why are you meeting with an NBC pundit? That's what I want to know. Why are you out here meeting with a pundit from NBC? Why are you on, what is it? Had to take a little break real quick. But back to, what is it that Al Sharpton is going to advise the governor of New York about as related to Eric Adams? I don't understand that. But anyway, we'll see how that plays out. Miss Elaine, y'all voted for Kamala, a red dot Indian whose family was slave owners. Damn. And we wonder why nobody respects us. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but remember, black folks are stuck on the plantation, but we're waking up. So shout out to all the brothers and sisters who are waking up. Keep up the good work. Black Abdullah, thank you so much. Peace and blessings, brother. Peace and blessings to you. All right, we got 45 super chats. Yeah, man. If y'all give me 50 super chats, I'll give y'all some of that rock and roll. All right, so get 5 more super chats for 50, but only if you learn something, I'll give you the rock and roll and we'll let it play for a minute. But Quantum Solace said, real talk, I hope everyone that took money and from the Harris campaign, I hope y'all still have that money. I wouldn't put it past Trump to go after their people since part of the money was taxpayer. Yeah, man, they should go. I'm here for the carnage. You understand? I want to see the carnage. I want to see all these people who've been stealing our money go to jail. And that's what the Democrats don't realize. We want to see these people go to jail. We are not cool with our taxpayer dollars being stolen. None of us are cool with that. I don't care how loyal you are to one party or another. They've been stealing our money. They've been stealing our money. And they just thought they were going to, and they've been doing it for generations. And they don't have money for our schools, and we got beat up roads and stuff. That's not acceptable. Not acceptable law. TIQS said, left his neck back. Why y'all talking about my ice cold frat brother like that? Why y'all talking about my brother ice cream? He ain't got no neck. God damn, boy, y'all cold blooded. Shout out to, he said, T.I. Rowland left his neck back in 1985. That is funny. Logic hits. There should be a movie about this Trump term. And be quiet, Roland. You're no leader. You're a tether. You're not welcome in black politics. Oh yeah, he's out. They don't realize how out of touch they are. That's the thing. They don't talk to enough black. They talk at you, but they don't talk to you, and so they don't listen. Shout out to Mr. Lane again. If I am not mistaken, Roland Martin is Haitian and a booty band. What? Oh God. And so why in the world should we pay attention to him? Lord Jesus. Okay. Well, all right. Anyway, Penny 4, Roly Poly Martin up to his usual shit. Y'all got all kind of names for him, boy. Why y'all fat shaming my frat brother like that? Why y'all here fat shaming my frat brother? Why y'all? He a little stout and Billy. He a little big. Let me see. Let me pull it up again. Let me see. A little husky in the front. Let me see. What's up? Roland Martin is out here getting clowned. Oh, that is funny. That is so funny. You guys are not holding back. Who else we got out here? Roly Moly, how will them folks sustain themselves by their own merit without excellence, a foundation Black American without FBA? No eats, yeah, they don't have it. Let them go get all those other. Let them get those people of color that they like so much, that they give so much stuff to. Joe Biden, they gone. Put y'all back in chains. Oh, speaking of which, do you guys know that one of I think the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals said that Joe Biden's pardons of people who didn't actually commit a crime is basically illegal. So that means those 80-some people that he pardoned for crimes that they didn't commit, like his family, they're invalid at this point. So they can be prosecuted. So we're about to see carnage. You understand what I'm saying? People are going to be scrambling. That's probably why they're out there looking for defense lawyers in D.C. Just think about that. He pardoned people that allegedly didn't commit any crimes. Okay, and the Ninth Circuit, which is a very liberal circuit, said, no, you can't do that. You understand? So what's going to happen? A lot of people going to jail. A lot of people are going to jail. A lot of people are going to get tried. But anyway, Johnny Harris is very insightful. Thank you so much. CA007, Becky, Rainbow Peaches, and Jose. Decline to acquiesce to your request. It means hell no. Oh man, we got 48 super chats. If we get 50 super chats, I'm gonna let y'all hear this rock and roll. My man, brother Marcus, SYSBM, $2. FBA rest long overdue. Yes, it is. We need to rest. That's right, brother. MC Recovery. We need to focus on growth. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Quantum Solace. They all 83 actors though. We are God of Atlas, carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. Why would I fight for someone that has never fought for me? Makes sense. Sounds like common sense to me. LJ, thank you for the $5. John Patton, the spirit of liberation. Yeah, that's right, man. I'm just waiting for them to flex on the SEC and the DOD, especially SEC and their corrupt butts. Yeah, man. Shout out to Shauna Shaw. Shauna, hey, welcome to the membership. Good looking out, man. Good to have you up in here. I appreciate you, man. Well, we need like 9 more members to get to 200. That'd be dope if we can get 9 more memberships. And y'all check out all my stuff. All praises to the Most High. Yeah, y'all kids. Thank you so much. APTTMH. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. And that's right. All praises to the Most High for wisdom. Joseph Blue, you are fantastic. You're telling it like it is. I'm so proud of you. I would like to contribute, yet I ain't no donating like this. Thank you so much, Joseph Blue. I appreciate your donations. AI is dangerous. Encourage everyone to go listen to Trump read off the list of expenses or where your tax dollars has been spent. Man, that got me running hot. I was walking down the stairs today. The idea that they took our money, okay, and basically threw it away. That's upsetting. It should be upsetting to all of us. Shout out to Greg Lesman Jr. He says, salute Uncle D. Thank you for the constant words of wisdom and knowledge. Hey, no problem, man. We didn't get to our goal of 50 super chats. So I'm not gonna let y'all hear the rock and roll. But look, when we come back, I'm gonna explain to you all, if nothing else convinces you, I'm about to talk about the CIA, the FBI, and the IRS and how they treated black people. And we definitely need to be rooting Donald Trump on. But in the meantime, I need y'all to handle your administrative business. Okay, I need you to handle your administrative business. What I need you all to do, okay, those of you guys who appreciate me and you like what I'm doing, you got to hit that like button and you got to hit that subscribe button. I need you guys to subscribe. Don't be around here not subscribing to don't cheat me. I need my subscribers up. I want to get me a little plaque that say 100,000 on it so I can feel like I did something. All right, so I need y'all to make it happen. I've been singing, telling jokes, okay? I've been all kind of stuff. I've been doing everything. I need to get them subscribers up. So y'all do what you got to do. In the meantime, y'all hit the like button.
It's a party going on. Hit the like, 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 hit the like. It's a party going on. We all looking at dinners. Scrolling and subscribe. It only take you a minute. Hit the cash app, super chat, be a penny. One is real good, but 20 more will be plenty. Blizzard King pay a visit. Big Bad's my witness. Appreciate the love as black men doing business. Stand up, father and brother lawyer is he. Hall of Fame game, he's known as Uncle D. Tell it just I be, representing for we know time is money, you learning and pay a fee. Know it's cold outside, but the podcast hot. Giving you a feeling that these others ain't got. Say it's cold outside, but the podcast hot. Giving you a feeling that these others ain't got. Yeah, know that the blizzard come through. Bundle up for the winter, no just hit. Darren Hay watch, views. Hit the like, you know that the blizzard come through. Bundle up for the winter, no just hit. Darren Hay watch, views. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like.
still look at all the beautiful music that we've created. That's what's on the inside of us. We are wonderful people. Yeah. All right. Yeah, man. Shout out to Zeke. Been teaching this for a month. Good work. Good looking out, man. We got the rock and roll coming because we hit 50, and that's spiffy. You understand? Quantum Solace. Damn, I should have become a defense attorney. Yeah, man. I'm proud of you too, because I had to let one cuss word go. Not a real one. I had a couple of SHs slip out. But shout out to me for not cussing at the internet. All right. But anyway, shout out to everybody. That was amazing. I'm not finished yet. Okay, I'm not finished yet. I want to make sure I give my last two folks a big shout out. Shout out to Zeke. Been teaching for a month. Good work. Thank you, fam. Also, Quantum Solace. Damn, I should have become a defense attorney. Yeah, I know you be rich right now in DC. You be rich. You be making plenty of money right now in DC. They need all the help they can get. Look, man. Look at here. Let me make sure I got all my cash apps. Make sure I acknowledge all my people. These are the real MVPs. These are the folk that like, they learn something. That makes me so proud. I thank you guys so much. But look, man. Okay, if you don't hear anything else I'm saying, why in the heck are you mad at Trump? Why are you mad at Trump? All the man did was try to figure out where your money went. Okay, put some people out that was taking your jobs. And let me tell you the big one. Tell me when the FBI, the CIA, the DOJ, and the IRS have been friends of black people. Tell me when. Give me the date. Tell me when they have been great for America again. When they've been great for Black America. I can't think of one. All right. When I think about the FBI, that institution, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, COINTELPRO, they targeted and destroyed black leadership. It wasn't about fighting communism. It was about ensuring that no black man or black woman would rise to challenge that white supremacist open discrimination that we were dealing with. They assassinated our leaders. I'm talking about the FBI. They sent spies to infiltrate Malcolm X's inner circle. It led to his unalignment in 1965. They got a documentary on Netflix. They put surveillance on Martin Luther King Jr. They even sent this man an unalignment letter, okay, a self-deletion letter, telling him to unalive himself before accepting the Nobel Peace Prize. This is what the FBI did. They massacred the Black Panthers in their sleep. Fred Hampton, he was drugged by an informant and then executed by a Chicago police officer in 1969 in the FBI orchestrated raid. Are they your friends? Because see, Donald Trump is going after them. Are these your friends? Donald Trump says he's going to dismantle all of them. He has sent each and every one of them a notice letter saying you can quit. Why are black people boo-hooing and crying for that? Should you be crying for that? I'm just asking, should black people be crying for that? Does it even make sense that you as black folk would be crying for that? Not to me. Yes, we need a Federal Bureau of Investigation, but not one that targets black people. And what about the Department of Justice and its enforcement of injustice for black Americans? We know darn well that white folk get arrested at a higher rate than black people, but somewhere between getting arrested and going to prison, black folks go more. So what does that tell you about the Department of Justice? You can check the FBI stats right now. I'm not talking about who gets arrested. I'm talking about who ends up in jail. They always talk about how many of us end up in prison, but that assumes that everybody who's arrested has done a crime, or everybody who's arrested has done something worthy of going to prison. And it also assumes that everybody who was let go was innocent. And that's just not true. But what is true is that the DOJ has never protected us. What the Department of Justice did was they enforced harsh sentences for black people while cutting deals for rich white criminals. Whether you like P. Diddy or not, How many freaky, weird entertainers that were white have done some of the same outlandish stuff that P. Diddy did? And they never even saw the inside of a jail cell, much less a courtroom. They won't even give this man a bail. He can't even come out. He just in prison for the last year. Think about that. Hugh Hefner did worse than that. This is the Department of Justice that Donald Trump is dismantling. Look, they created the war on drugs. Instead of stopping the CIA-backed drug trafficking in the 1980s, they filled the prisons with black men on low-level drug charges. They used mandatory minimums to destroy black families. They did that all throughout the 90s. You want to know where your daddy is? You want to know why your mama and your son, why your son is sassy? Because his daddy was in the penitentiary. You want to know why we have such a high HIV rate in the black family? Because they locked the men up in cages for decades and centuries, decades and decades. And things happen in prison. And when they come out, they don't talk about it, but they have been infected. And they pass that around. You want to know why? That's why. And they've been knowing about it for years. You wonder why we got so much DL and rainbow stuff going on? Because the men went to prison and they develop an appetite for that in that penitentiary system. Up in there with all the animals, in there doing savage things to each other. Locked up because you had some crack. Locked up because you had a couple of crack rocks and now you're doing 30 years. What about these white boys that get caught with all this cocaine? And somehow it disappeared, the evidence disappeared, get lost. Look, the DOJ has never been our friend. The DOJ looked the other way on lynchings. For decades, the DOJ refused to prosecute Klan members and they let white mobs kill us with no consequences. This is the same Department of Justice that Donald Trump is dismantling. Have they been your friend? Huh? Do you want to know why you got so many immigrants flooding the communities in your neighborhoods? The CIA went down there and destabilized all those Central American communities and stuff. And it's the same CIA that flooded our communities with crack cocaine. This isn't a conspiracy. It's documented. They funded the Nicaraguan rebels by trafficking drugs into the black communities. And that led to the crack epidemic and wiped out a whole generation. You want to know why we so dysfunctional? Why our kids run around here with their pants hanging off, with they're looking like just dead men walking? CIA did that because of the drugs. The CIA protected the cartels while black men got life sentences. They made sure kilos of cocaine made it to LA, New York, and no, none of that grow in America. Where they get it from? You know where the dope is coming from. You know how it's getting here. They don't grow dope they don't grow cocaine in New York. They don't grow it in LA. They don't grow it in Boston. They don't grow it in Atlanta. But yet you hunt down the low-level street dealers, the black men off the street. That's what the CIA did. And hell, the IRS, Lord Jesus, shut up a dime and divine. They've been stealing black folks' money forever. Nobody likes the IRS. And low key, I'm gonna just tell you something, all them federal employees out there losing their job in DC, most Americans don't like y'all either. They thinking y'all need to get a real job anyway, like we do. Go on down there and get your job at the Piggly Wiggly. Okay, Walmart is hiring, Burger King is hiring. Yeah, all them jobs, them good government jobs that you can't never get fired from. You know, you got that lazy cousin and that lazy auntie that don't do anything. And you know she works at the government job just as incompetent as she can be, still collecting a check. We know, no. We don't feel sorry for you either, but so I'm just saying, I know we're supposed to rally behind the federal employees, but black folk don't feel sorry for that. We on the Trump train in that regard too. Somebody type Trump train. Even if you didn't vote for Trump, you like some of the stuff you see happening. But hell, the IRS, shoot, all they do is steal money from the working class Americans and let the billionaires and the corporations barely pay taxes. That's what's going on with that. They don't want to fool with these bills. They'll come after your money. Y'all's ex-president, Joe Biden, hired 80,000 new IRS agents to make sure them little cash apps that you got over $600 you paid. That's what the IRS did. That's what they were doing. We got 51 super chats. We are rolling, baby. Good looking out. They target black businesses. They audit you. They hit you with fines. And when you start building wealth, guess what? They step up and take it. That's what the IRS did. You don't think it's racial targeting going on in the IRS? You best believe it is, and we're going to find out about it. The only thing the IRS did was provide us with stress. That's what IRS stress. Now that Trump is gutting them, I'm saying good riddance. Pare them down. All these doggone federal workers out there, all of them. What have they ever done for us? What has the federal workforce, what has it done? You a park ranger? I don't see a bunch of black folks as park rangers. I see a bunch of paper pushers who slow things down and create a bureaucracy, and they tell black people no every step of the way. You try to get a small business loan as a black entrepreneur. The answer, no. Try getting a federal grant for assistance for black communities. The answer, no. Look, these are the same people that tell immigrants yes and tell your black butt no. Is that really our friend? With your tax dollars. Now go try to ask the government to fix infrastructure in the black neighborhood. You wonder why your community is so damn raggedy, street raggedy? The answer is, what do they say? We'll get to it. And they never do. Somehow, though, we're supposed to cry over jobs being cut for these bureaucrats who've done nothing for us. I'm just saying, my interest is not in that. If you're a federal worker, I get it. But as far as a general black person, normal black people, we don't care about that either. We are tired of being used. That's what I need y'all to understand. The reason that shout out to Cody Marshall, the reason that black folks are on the Trump train, okay, is because we're tired of being used. It's real simple. And you're not going to get us to go back to being used. And it doesn't matter how much you all cuss and complain, we're not doing it. For years, we were told to fight for civil rights, only to see other people benefited from it. We march for immigrants, we march for LGBTQ, we march for trolls, dwarves, tadpoles, eagles, beagles, bagels, kegels. We march for everything. You understand? But when we needed help, nobody showed up. And so now this whole system is being dismantled, and we not sad, and they want us to be sad about it. We just not sad. Even if you voted for Kamala, you ain't sad. You like, all right. These corrupt institutions that have terrorized us for generations are finally being cleaned out. And the agents that spied on us, arrested us, and assassinated us are being gutted. The bureaucrats who slowed us down and blocked our progress are losing their jobs. And we watching, and we waiting, and we resting, because this time we're not coming to save them. Shout out to everybody who came through. This is Uncle D. I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed my rose. I feel great. I feel great. God bless you. I love you all. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for all the people who contribute to the Super Chat, the Cash App, and the PayPal. If you didn't, that's fine. You know, if you learned something, I earned something, I'm great about it. I'm very appreciative about that. I'm just happy to have all y'all here. Okay? Now, that being the case, this is Uncle D, and as I always say at this time, I am out.
Dennis Sperling.
In the city where the lights don't sleep, Uncle D got the vibe so deep, representing men strong and free. Dennis Pearl is the king of the spree. In the streets where the rhythm flows, black men rising, that's how it goes. Uncle D got the truth to show. In his heart, that's where the fire glows. Late night tuning, light up the stream. Dennis Pearl and wisdom gleam. Voices whisper truth and an insight. In his podcast, feel the light. Harmony in every word. Truth and laughter you've heard. That's all right. Wave after wave of smooth delight. Dennis brings the dark to light. That's the Elizabeth, baby! Share the tales unfold. The stories pour like morning gold. Feeling the wisdom inside me. Subscribing like time after time.
Black men, black men, black men. I want to salute you. Your incarceration rate is down. The education rate is up. We up. We went from. We are doing great for ourselves. So you should salute yourself. Shout out to all the brothers out there, whether you're a truck driver or engineer, whether you're an electrician or garbage man, a doctor, a lawyer. If you're a hard-working brother, if you fresh out the penitentiary, but you on your grind and you're doing it legal and you trying to make amends for yourself, man, I salute you too, brothers. God bless you. This is Uncle D, and you know, I'm out.